the carpet yase. Enti waka ho pani a watifia nkofra we nanka yebu nanka wefo a yebu ne ka ho ana kwasi kura ba mu abisa se wadawroma ekasisi ban na ubetumi agina so ayese wutu mra tresi a wutu woso ana wataso public procurement case ye koso investigation kwa mienu ana wo mu yeye saa katasese ne project kakraka koso yi uwie weso yama boss no kwatena nten ene yi boss no kwatena nten enti bibia nkoso wo saa nioma nimu a anka boss be kwa kwatena nten eno de na kosi ye Australian saga saa Australia fo ya wo mu kodu aburochire ye nim guase bebrebe de ma ye ade na mampani ye wo ho ena kosi mpo bem so owura wadan roma say no investigation kakra koso ene was investigation na koso kosi sai why na say ye ama nipa tu kwan ama wo mu kobo dompim saa katasese ne proye kwa bone o mu fa so a wo mu de kopie wonum yi why na ye saa de ni nyina anu atidie na si ye yi deputy minister wonti anu anu no action bia nkoso enti ya katasese ne proye ho sobo de a mampani woje ana kosi yaso o ane dina so na memmo sade mampani ka no emfa ntira we ana kwasi born ten de enti wo wie ya pe ana wo bisa ora vitus azim ana wata se anya ni duty ni se wodi obi be court sa no opatre ho anya ni duty no why na appoint empenimfu a wodi di braso wo munsa attorney general ne yad why na appoint wo mu enti aba no prosecution woni tumi bia wo so me pasa me kase sadia nkofo kase eno ye crane agent no ayo ono ane niam bia wada no wadi ama ada di say ai waka ho ena kwasi ba mu no kase in terms of corruption wo za mampani nya ade eno se well won de won hu se wa ya ade bia no ono be kase ono ade won ka ho nanso pani a wotena fie ma nkwada bon nkonkon woni fia on tadro ma wo monnom no nkonkon no so be saa no ama na bokuhu wo fia onom a anas investigation die ne kosi ye bibi ankonkosi hwe enti wono ankasa katasese ne proye bi koso a na wa dodo ho anti ate se wo support wo ka ho ana wo mu ya saa de no a kosi yesu owura ene ma me ndase ya yamfansie kirei Eradi ya doma ya besan atoa ye nkoma tochie so ene wono so eda akwasi ase
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM
ta edi asem ne yeken afina we yanimu no aban revenue sika obenya nyina eyesen ehin obenya sika na free na onya sa sika na ekwan ben so na obefa a odi sika no ebeye adwuma eno ne budget yaka budget nyina enima mienu wei eye revenue and expenditure na budget no se ukọ paragraph 23 page 233 a wa kire revenue no ho ose Ghana ban total revenue nyina the ton your gold your cocoa your bibia your taxes your jijini nyina na even 1.75% yi levy no pass what the ba no ogigini nyina kra ka ho a 2022 obenya total revenue of 100.5 billion total revenue a obenya ni na mom safi we sika o pass what the adwuma o Ghana ha no e 137 billion na jesa wo hwe we pe ye sika ebenya na nso yedi nti aban si afi we obegye bosia nko a eye 37 billion. Na sa bosia 37 billion no sa wajiba 137 billion nyina the odebeye capital expenditure eye ejapade a nchirima benya ho mfaso no eye 16 billion. A just what the core percentage mu a yemfa no say pese 12%. Ena ebeye mputudwuma a nchirima ebenya ho mfaso. Now you hear revenue side now, son, about we say so. You hear revenue side no. ehne fa na aban so obenya sika na free eye 100.5 billion no also obenya free he the aban ya ne hihye nie was 100.5 billion no or the tax for bi ba ye frɛ no yi levy na yi levy no nko a obenya 6.9 billion na sa yi levy no ne sɛn ɛne sɛ sa wo sika wo bank na wo kodi dwa wo kuta sika no nyina a wanhwɛ akrɔmfo akɔwia enti wo transfer sika no afiri wo account mu ɛde akɔde wo kɔtɔ ade no
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawuro kofiama no homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
So amaniko NDC na no mo cheche ye budget no 2022 senior omusi hu no entiase e wo ho eno bi na ye bo kakra de mamre yen koso na yen to aso de bon krata nkobra. Thank you.
Abusia for the bakrata me de to aso aye daily statement. Na daily statement the aban what say KWASI leaders and wombeya nsiemudie na sansiemudie no ase and womosre economic community of West Africa state empenimfo nyina say yade COVID-19 no edi wiase nyina nya enti wobesre say yanso yanyine yahu bia ase de beya ye betumi atu ase na wo se bebrebe a abrofo no ede say yanso no etu obeta mampeni na na dodankwa akufuado tamale Tamale secondary school ya friend Tamasco no amanya 70 years enti no amudi almost 70th anniversary na sa 70th anniversary ana mampeni KWASI ase were so proud wamana betri so wa testing the cocoa out a sense free senior high school now at the buy no at the resort to papa diaba asane nyonyampa I on Attorney General and what I say what the mreba na sa emrana eba no ebeboa ma public officers woman da suban penti ya wo bia ntiatia wo man mra so kata asese ne proya ho to kwan so ye betumi akoatu ase what the Samuel Abugina pomfoni abeto anum say why honorable minister for lands and natural resources integrity what is a key at the more efficient mining sector regulation enti yanyine yawone yankonkwa yanim na ebeso abapa ete amayania the bokata daily statement anim ha wade asemi ababeto ha afa Steven Gerrard one waya a coach at the Aston Villa ebra Aston Villa and Liverpool ebono wo mu hye na nuonyam a na akwakoye tears of joy ate amano daily satellite one so wadiaba ana what I say public debt Ghana de no eta wado wo mu tase ensada nya bebre saate sade NDC forte so na wo so no enti wode wura kwasibo sompem mfoni aba ana wode Johnson akuamo ansi edu wono so mfoni aba beto anim sei mampani na de danko akufuado ana wakyerɛ sɛ wode mmara bi beba bebo public officers ho ban na kata asese ne proye watumi atu ase na wo bi part na baby kase mampani na do nya ade kata asese ne proye ho kono a nipa kro ne wanim ne woka waya ade pa nkyene nkamfo no ho se wo dede na so de nipa be ya na mampani na de danko akufuado wo ye emra sebeta no wo ma ye too busy se womu beye niyama ebetumi aboa womu kromo kwa ahumdie nie enti mra bebre guomanimu asaso womu ye ntam pass bie edekọ mwankwa akotam ado asafo impersonation ede abeto parliament wonu mu a asa minority fo no niyama wo mra se bedefie no ehun hia womu kura ado asafo asampe ene womu afa no world cup a wo peso womu di hu abobo nso ano de womu mfa nto ba bi kura esanse niyama bebre wo hono a esese womu atwentene ho na telegraphic yanim ha wade mampani na adedanko akufu adumfoni abetoa na adu show boy mesalomote wada hanum say ya was suit kama suit blue was saying na white and wa tie light blue and was sun space dark one no hair kase pa no and wade da hanum say ya what say free senior high ɛho aba mfasoɔ.
So yankɔ amano so na yɛni nkɔmmɔ mmarahyɛ badwam sɛm baako mmienu bi a ɛsɛ yɛhia na yɛtumi te aseɛ yie. Honorable say Che Mensa Bonsu majority leader minister for parliamentary affairs mmarahyɛ badwam ne ogyina ma yɛso ame yɛne no ni nkɔmmɔ. Honorable yɛda ase mu akɔ ababa NIT FM so anɔpɛ. Honorable na mpomwe. Yɛda ase. Mbakyɛ ɔno a Mate, Cobra, Honorable Chief and Sabuzuchio.
Yes, any we are even know for fire. What do we do?
And the Ukabesi said, Honorable. What's not be boom?
Honorable Matthias, yeah. And a higher crown.
Okay. Well, so Yanko aya nsem no so. Say bakwa yakenkan ba beto dwa. I say so bobi kwama ye dom kese no. Se speaker Honorable Abansumana Bagbin. Ayarehwe ya wokoi document bi apiepie na ebi di insert na te se dom kese muna moyi sa document di apie. Why majority leader yi oda dom kese anu yi. Di anchechem na wo muna moyi document pie.
Yeah, that's it. Na document no what nipa na yele to be. Nipa na document no.
That be the social media ne ade.
Na the social media dia na yede na waka be dom ke dey be.
Saman for kasa ni bi se mo se dom kase no na yi pie ye.
Mo se nipa na ne wo. Bila ko he dia wa.
Okay.
Na be ko me say dia dom ke dey dia pia na se ko na dia pia.
Matias ye.
Enya benin se ya ono wayeram. Ono ko na ni be o she. Ndeza. Dice follow up na ko kun be bia. You know, the source no wa. And then the meeting I got to be a dear bar, not to be a dear bar. But I mean, you be with it. Yeah, my colleague asked me somebody to born a bottom kitchen. Nah, Emma Kaka. His son said, fidgety, and they be a metaphor. Be a baby, a private matter to the person and the person's family. And MONTIE, and Nibia, now, or more, a simple thing, as they could do, or could be a person we are here, and if a thing we are a crowd, a son. And when the man make us so, and the minister of Mohi. Na, or no, or your man penny. So be say, Yare, or Yare, or Yare, and pack no coffee and no Yare. Oh, Yare, Ibia among folk. O may have any PC, Yapum, organ. Ibia. Company at them count. Ibia, Yari, our Yari. Kayawo, good medical care for her. Ibia and Compa Bonte, Ayarisa. The son of Wokan, or Casubia, or Cohen, be a boy at America, the Cabia be $10,000, $20,000. The say she'd be a home she and on Papa. The evening duty. Send be a Name, and I'm thinking, no, way fine. And all, yeah, I am going to our bunting in every casting. I'm not a holiday. But there be a make a city as a guardian, and yet, in yet. So, I then the speaker so, a coconut area. Me make up the empanada. Dimini, that's the mean. As far as I'm concerned, no question the enemy. If majority caucus, may I yes, yes, yeah, you can fit here. Okay, yes, I did. I get a second because I own your principle. Where principle to be a think I own your sir. What I say? It's still moving there. And no question the enemy. Me, my crime, social media, you know, my conflicting figures. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can be $500,000 on business $700,000. Whichever one is correct, let me hear you beside me. I don't know. So, intimate stress, na nipa na ono ode so bobo majority purpose clearly no minimi ba ko do ni ba ko no ono aso wa kana e bu so be kan ti every day ground obo de dey show no cho asem na ta so obi a utwa ntro bia no ambese yihu enia isu ono a ni isu ni ba ni affecting them ja ono wa kana na fi ode eba nipa ni na so okay yeah majority for na Jamie Zabunsu and so Kokanapayade would Dubai. What the most expensive hospital would Dubai and a Mako. And also if I hear him what the parliament no my not book at PPD any day majority for them. I mean to see say and why not what you are no afibia mimi ye review ogana pa so na mitu kwan so ko twaso so last year covid no ye ogana mitu kwan ko twaso na nya kwan ko twaso da fi mi ye ogana no kwan ba mi se ye tu kwan na mi se mesa aye u pe so ye publish so nti ana me kwai okay na omo yo se mesa review omo hu bi kakra mesa ko biu na no ina me ko ya no dia me no ka sei na me bedui na me kan tesi
Empacho wo de wo kwa aban na fa ho ka Ghana fo ne bo ka na wa wo
nia na me twi ma de the records are there obi a ma parliament le kai parliament mo me ko pa by moment look at I'm a copia no I have paid everything for my own office. Yeah, Mr. Kakakra. Me dear. In your casano. Oh, that's my ba, Mr. Bia, oh, you Martin. Oh, can quay. If I'm condumbu, oh, yes, I have. People then realize that they're frustrated so. I say, I don't know what can. What's so too good for any?
and you go Dubai but enye aban na bo ho ka nye Ghana fo ni tuas
Be an no be an pianist.
okay
And Korean and back and afi okaye e de be fra ken furiata so furiata no onye MP kra ni bakro no ono say o parliament but the ken furiata be ka ken mi nim any say na yare fi mu ko America last year inti budget kra no
ko kenkan
every day budget ni tre Ghana phone nim and say and ono so ani hwe no yare anye aban no na abon for kakra the records are there yeah then I wanted that any atem kutum futugu Ghana phone when you know what as one can get no. The third person has to know the ebu ni any majority chief with another pay. So no so yare acquire pay. One also so no future parliament upon the car parliament upon a year. Another pay is my chief with. Already a mini koi na or Ghana. Mr. Benisi Ubin say judo and matwa. sana. So,
Mm.
I say no obi nipa na we yade no kutukua na bota on pa na kura nje no. Do you see the area no kan them open.
Mm.
Oh yes, people see you when you're responsible,
Mm-hmm.
wherever it's coming from. What I say?
Mm-hmm.
See, American. I'm about baby. Oh yeah, I had a reaction in the same politics.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but if you send a opinion marking response or the buyer, no, the kind on social. The same moment, the people getting it say, if a pay is hard in the air. And then, a baby move out.
Mm.
But the union said, you know, a idea was said, a day is this to say, oh, na, oh, yeah, and I say this in the one back the main car. Who said, the maybe come said, speaker, or no man responsible. And some uncle for can say, Parliament about no cap.
Mm-hmm.
The terms and conditions of service. The area Parliament, that settles it. As far as I'm concerned, that should settle it.
Okay. Okay.
This will be the cafe. Again, a part of it, terms and conditions of engagement.
Mm.
This will be the casa. And these are, let's say, a part of his conditions of service. I don't know. I was saying if I did now, and I say anything.
Mate, ma mimusa we mfa ntwa to. Mimusa wankasa wadwenkyiro. Sɛ na tew sɛ Ghana yɛmpanyifo yi sɛ mo yade mo ho mfamo a amanoni na mo nyina mo di mani kyerɛ sɛ aban po na etua sɛ wa efi kotokom ai me fan sɛ obetimi sɛ na yɛ tima mo sɛ na mo feel about it. What about timemufo a wɔn nso wɔn ntimi nkɔ no ebi wɔn nkɔnkɔsa mo ho yade no yapo mu din ho nsɛm ne saa nneɛma ya de bia te sɛ kɔ amanoni sɛ na tew.
Okay. I know so good enough to tell me, yeah. I mean, Ghana. Yeah, poor Jonathan was say, intermediate, a tracing. On say, I think I caught the body. President was say, maybe, if you're in districts, no crowd woman, they I have no understanding. The green is a hospital. No, Copa BB, agenda 88. It's saying, oh, yes, this is maybe the kind who was baby, yet trim, and agenda 111, because this is for the count. I was almost so, when you be. Not the specialist hospital was so at the count, and then you agenda 111. Now, why Ama, ya pum the answer. CP. Ninka say a security chat, name was CP Macramely. They don't know the buyer, no, just anybody brave. Hey, and I didn't win yet, and I miss it, and a diagent of 111. Thank you for queer, and or my sign got the if anything, you need to get also about the tunnel bossing. A boom gains and cross or tunnel bossing. For our community and our Canadian album every day. Maybe to say, their community is still many so. Once again, I be in for a crack of issue of Cuba. The Cuba, no, ye can't developed countries among home. What could Cuba pay? I want to say, I have. And so, medicine, they are well renowned. Ya insem nipesti amanone ekoho upayare so it is a mass of fact yenso edunkumbo ahwemu na ya yes ade tuma shemu na yi omu se emre ewumi no akobden sem no enye ape mfimi na betimi akon osi e ma ya hu mre ebia let give us all the next year 10-15 years the health facilities was it to the year or West Africa. So, ma, you won't say it midnight now. It is one of the reasons why a bank of agenda one. Or can say, anything, ye abandoning empty any cancer with her call, baby. I think I say anything. I see up from Dean, so baby, we know. If you have a cry, no, make us say, to be anywhere, the honey machine up on go. Goes on. South Africa, South Africa. There are so among areas of specialization, you know. It depends on Europe, European countries, I'm South Africa, for specialist treatment. What you say? Yen, the point what in by the cardio center, no, obey easy, and the petty, you know. What's an uncle be between Nigeria about Ghana and some of the that is what we must do going forward.
Okay, well, young queen, not Mimwisa, I'm saying now what you mean, assemble a PFP parliament here.
No, tell my what will be some of that question. What is that?
Or there be on that particular young command near the Apomudin home semana. And the one common teacher baby, you know, be our home, maybe so. But I couldn't motion a minority for a file, ya kind say, and how you mean, speaker, I reject a motion. So, reject another said, what was I'm naturally 1 year to Senator, Entimin fa, Mentimi Wasi and Conco Babium. Boy, Kakra.
Oh, many. But budget nothing. And majority in the demo. Minority for the car say, or more active decision. I'm a part of it. The budget in your book. So, now you speak of parliament, right on about Urban Suman, and for Babbing in your children. And I almost can't some of book. The move, and I ain't your call, your hope. Die your coat, your home. Nay, Jordan. Nay, Bernard. I'm way by the theatre. And every day I call my subject fee. And they cat the baby. I didn't know and pay because position can't be feel or I think 104. They take a decision or my subject fee or I need be no, the yen a fan and then a brochure. Now said the chance I need a ticket decision. You know, I'm what I'm about. My worker at the sun and soon. Any of my subject feel in a year or I have no at your song in 275. The 137, you know, half of 275. Because 137 intimate ticket decision, and man, the whole of MPC. 17 ticket now. Until ye call yen, another call yen. Now, weekend in I a compile there than the so. The bono, Yinka, a yes, or budget. Then you might be in Numbi more. Near a offer once another. In here, I would say a man more rejected budget. That is assuming that they had the numbers input to have rejected. Never knew the back way. Energy agreement be and was them. And almost say, tenor, so for next door on some more budgeting. And need resolution, the parliament, I get the Bibra. You know, almost say, or second already with CC. The Tosson be a Japan royalties and some agreement. I want to say by. And I almost said, for the ambition. Now, or no one can say, we didn't down and sign a can tell him less. The MONTIE for the better budget. It also means that either week, a Puma, not picture. I could say, and Sassibivo, could be a pen of Mikuso. I drink it. No more say, MONTIE at once or budgeting. The Tosson may parliament. Yenia the budget. No more say, car parliament hearing. so for no amfa mai it was no ni electronic transactions levy I friend because the equity area no e levy no nti na atwene bi no ni di ehun kita ho kopem e bera mpa thank you me aka seven levy ne man emu nan e de so for no de ho anu yi ba ya em say etraso na efa Japan royalties because no say we budget in we ya e ho sika ten bi ni o de share budget ni mo say obekai and say that in the wa e ho say be back just to keep it as he said no on the banner and being na ya nya na koso na me pemu no ya ho die no koso hia o de ho say ba no chire mu ta and o ka say ake energy no so no okay resolution you hear who say I'm say words in you be na be shimi say from you be na be shimi any resolution so be no what so let's say how no so who say if the home put the me am put na try na so that it's also me say kita defense no the could show kita defense and what you so adie no ho a egaye na se baye na budget ni ewi na se bio aya akwanshi asem akwanshi anso de wutini mplane ngado akwanshi we ba ani de ba so na so na balenti no I like you said budget ni no ibenye ka budget ni ma eni se na be page budget ni sika mo bio na engineering studies ai mo ni bi na osie okay say be sabian niya mami baya ya gbin kwachi kaka the role is the kofa KWASI defense war na ho asem bai omo be yen kofa consultants and experts na be studies and omo be here sabian so na no asakra pono a asha ti for any blikus for any that stretch no again the aba I said 1998 once them pejaye any ba ko a the copy hwe hu woni ho any pesa mawusi dake o za mawusi dake na me fa ne currency we free mu na ono na onye renowned expert ono ode marine engineer to be ma me no mo share e ma o ma na dwintre o no ase ade ne pese gane fight pa ne ma ba ko ma ko be wo se ye no ya that problem will always be with us ntina ni na me ne be no che e wo be you na mo ye say that studies na o my dada you say we must have a review of the studies and the afi nti na oswafo no or say ni abaniti no immediately was going to make available about 10 million Ghana cedis to commit that amount to engineering studies. Then if you more and more, then I bet you say, "Papa, was the first one." This is then immediately, we started procurement of maybe contractors a bit my age money, na no na can how para them one budget no na in debate na no think speaker man kwan na on fancy mumra ja aman no see man kwan ka fancy mun na ko di ba you think go di ba ya nka ebo toye mu na so am na eno na ni odi ho nsem abepie e ho no ndiye ita asem no it also in parliament budget no the frankoma oswafo a ori sika asem so the coma president na fie de no question wo mu no say anko president want them budget you think in 15th November. Eventually in 17th November. 15th November na budget no. Aye be deliver na enya maso. Rather no na parliament na budget no. They could be present of it. Nti ye budget na content. So for no and then ye or track it was it be. Last year after trouble in my parliament be. No way and actually free budget officer and then transfer and no more necessary adjustment. The mine it can be 510 million. I don't know how far you will be by. Now, why I say, yes, I'm passing. Now, yes, a quampa or the office. So, no. And yet, or no. And I'm sure the parliament is the my end. And also a year. And for so many female, GMB, finance ministry in parliament, young Katie Pamon, you quampa. Pew, a decided the boy. Well, my Nabwa Nabo, the whole family, and yet I think they eat living, and they ask them one. When you're back, so the Kaya, I shall say, and you're not NBC for no cancer. Omodi, he lives in Mutia, on the set, a debate. A chain, ain't it a hoodie. Na nchirimu beyi no na senta feba na kudu bebi kita hodi no na bi akoba se mu okay say fiase emu rate 1.75 no dey entiase the hona me dey kanwa enina yeme nu ye kan wato 9 dey say entiase aba the fifth one no na akonye say okay no so entiase aba dey emu rate no dey entiase ho a enyi say, na no movie, and this is because of the MONTIE, but yeah, no shooting table, no dear. Now, and then just say, so it is necessary. Moon reaching the action. The whole of 9 years, I and finance with an also say, on your community, the BP, with my own BB on the country. So that is it. I'm not going to call them, Nanka, yeah, you said, the Biaka could be a coil. In Yamuno, I say, your motto, Mamma, and it's okay. Mamma, dear, then I ain't mean, I didn't teach it. I'm an the transfer, and you take key decision there. If I were them on, or have a piasang which I wanted to eat. Constitution in my acquaint, and so Mamma, dear, need to take a decision. But because this year would take in the first, not any panon shooting. Okay, no, not just technically, no decision was taken. What I say, give me a card, then you're in the phone, $9 point. Now, young queen, you take a decision, the budget. Your moon, your jetum. And no one she, Enna. Me, dear me 90, and what to say. Or much sure catch up from at command. Say, or say, Mushi, you want it. Our member of parliament, or the quiet. Where feel it? Oh no, I'm teaching. One of my thousand. If you must sign, say who's so. Actually, tough for their comment. They were boy. Wishing our cat or more, one penny. We cannot penny. May the match any said, Pika, they want to buy a chocolate taba, they want to penny. Jane idea. Then, first the fish cafe. Issues no more, They are nothing, it's nothing new. The standard there, or you will be what he will bring to and above the Virginia will be Samia, meaning to and natural.
So ususu sɛ wei no betumi ama asam na kɔ akɔda ana dɔm kumai ɔmbɛsan kɔ so atwe menim ebia nea wotete.
Oh, me give say yeah do the make a sense say yeah.
Okay.
Because someone said yeah estimate of the budget. What do you say? The budget is in your budget you want to consider estimation of the various sectors MDs no. Yes, consider. Maybe not going to be in the I see if they want to raise it, they any final appropriations there. I hope they do fear that they may have money the appropriation.
Mati krasi CCC amusi adwada mo betrans because mo pese mo ye nyaman 10 no kre.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's a minute. And Sunday be budget and the business committee editor.
Okay.
The Emra Musa. On the lament. Sorry, if yada near time so
yeah.
Now if yada way, I be sorry no, you be sorry no. Hey, if yada a bank Christmas. So the next week Friday 24th.
Yeah.
It will be 24th or even 23rd. So 23rd is Thursday. 24th is Friday, 23rd is Thursday. Then go with me transfer now in bar. Over sorry, be a together to allow for the Omamu if you consider that MA and Payano need to coin up. Good name, yeah, we a council fee. Do the so and man will be a picture of one of the consequences. Which when you're quite about the 17th, and I had the closest Friday to Bunyana. In the age, she said, the bed, the main was together. Near and says, near grind here, near the kind of Casasem, more than a month ago, and I'm young as
Okay. Before we come back, we are can kind of mini kakrani minyao. Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa. And yakin kind what they are to we post to social media what can say when yan intie obi na sutri from cabinet meeting last week course cross sa 241 kobe 242 million Ghana cedis bia e-levy transaction ya say services wo me betua ne de kaka ho when yan intie say cabinet aboegu sa 242 million Ghana cedis enya ade a yɛde bɛma obi sɛ bi a wɔno na ɔba bɛyɛ services ɔba gyigyi e-levy no minim ne ɔkan no kura wɔ mu
na catch us that na jamaa na bibi and make via you very then I walk and I am a na to kujito abakwa or be a you know say na se be fie hono obo modern akra and tell me be also kan so no no ada no crazy ibini na no ajua safufi amana le ba ya okota radio so say I or credible and you say nipa oba parliament hono enye ajua safufi say o ko fa ta se fi from omo ye NDC for mo hu se me ni ajua safufi omo ka se obo tan bibi I say you move back up you know what you did yes sir the sad the next say I say on the old thing that we can also say no the
I see a deep throat and unimpeachable sources from a cabinet.
I see. Make us say, minimum side to Corona. Minimum to Corona, or can I say, but they are on to the boss. The leader with the guy that can, a few money, and was it. I say, maybe, foreign affairs minister. But they see, say, they are committee. Constantly, embassy didn't have them go the whole press conference. Them say, Obano crowd in chair and gay to Mamento. Obabisia, I wanted to check gay to Mamento because Obama cast a opening and young boy. The best I say, to Jar, I want to give me and so we got 10 the other end of the piano pressure or the assay go to Jamie at in count to say, oh, yes, yes, sir. Then on to the block, as one of the cover of the
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you be jaw hanum si anope that's papa. Honorable. Honorable say chairman Sabonsi majority leader, Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Mashebe Juno Jeremiah Swami anope. Nit FM sunu ansu go make us wa drinche 0503721744. Lufat malaria draw maso asin ɛna wɔn bɔ ka me adi dwumadi ɛde bro lufat malaria droi sɛ malaria how woni we busia akɔdaa no malaria no ha no bɔmmɔden ama nsanka yɛ lufat malaria droi bi na ebedi wegyemu betu malaria na ase ɛne ya sanso na wanso ɛyɛ opɛ mu no ama me papa wenya malaria ne teteo how pa dia ɛno a ne sɛ onsa bɛka lufat LUFART lufat malaria droi ura drugstore chemical shop na pharmacy bia na busa sɛ ope lufat malaria droi a onsa bɛka bi antimeter ne lumifantry ne de aka bom ayɛ enti ano ahye a betu malaria ase ɛne ya ɛde ama wo
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
You know that your voice is the most authentic voice. I said, wow. I said, how do you know? He said, God told me. I said, I almost became an unbeliever by saying, but there are. Then I shut up. I said, there are no others. God has spoken. I was going to say, oh, but there are. Then I held my mouth. I said, there are no others. God has spoken. He said, I don't talk much. God says, your voice is the most authentic in the heavens. And that whatever you want to happen in this nation, when you declare, it shall be done. Increase that clap offering. Somebody said the key. Clap your hands and somebody said the key. Somebody said the key.
The key.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can look into your faces and I can guarantee you that the next president of Ghana is in my mouth.
Jesus.
When we will decide who will control the resources of this nation.
Amen.
The army was very weak.
Amen.
But one of the things that you should be very happy for me is that I don't abuse such powers. I use such powers very judiciously, very wisely. I am not like those other prophets who prophesy stomach direction. Can I speak from truth to you in the presence of God Almighty here? Truth.
Yes,
I will not lie because God is in this place. Anybody who loses election in this country, I talk to them before they lose. I bring them to my office and I tell them the coming elections you won't win. I don't say it here because it's not a good thing to prophesy bad news to somebody. But I tell them. And sometimes they will ask me, Apostle, can't you do anything about it? I said,
all right, so Reverend Sam Crunchy, Ankra, and now to say what this answer needed to PCR yet. Say, Mutimi Huana, Mokro, because your bear president 2024, no, no pet and chain and war. Now, Yankona and Cody, education home, Komokakra, and I said, Medicam and Winyan, said, the one crata no do na education who has Mama Pinu here daily graphic anyway the free SHS a success president offer daily gather free SHS critics shamed with eggs on faces boy nana and Ghanaian Times so see president tout free SHS success slams critics saying I am proud of policy and its results and no na yani Honorable John in team for job a deputy minister for education was sounds here Mrashe Bejino Jeremiah Asin South Honorable Yadasim Wakwa by NEET FM so anope. Hello. Okay, Honorable in team for Joe Ahumano any honum see yehwese yansa betimi akana na the bankrata senior what we see kana Honorable so kakrama me asebi ohwe graphica da honum see so nchechemu ne sempa
yo abusuafo da bakrata ni nyina de aba mampani na na de dankwa kufu ado no watere se free senior high school no asana nyonyam pa na afei amana tamfo nyina si wo mutra so wani wo mu kanepa wade free senior iba and want to me and now the crowd there he has beaten more than he can chew adia we ye but and man penetra say to God be the glory. Oh.
Me da sikora. Mami kwa mano so na yani Honorable John in Team for Joe, Deputy Minister for Education. Honorable Yada Simu akwa baba NEET FM so anope.
Yani akasi apunu de sen.
Me ho ye pa na so.
Nso me ho ye. Na oba adwuma.
Yada.
Ne ompeni for abeja for ne produce. Mate ompeni kolama on council anope. I mean come now.
Me council. So senior de bokrata yi kani free SHS a success president. So dear Tina Mampenny Kanasa no say Yankunimdia free SHS woman bia woman yin to me and ne Inkunimdia Naba dear Tina Mojina so what Kanasa.
But in Piasso from Bemano on a pay. That in Piama is for Amobia. Now let's see a pizza for our four and candidate I won't control what's and you be one more results. Now, and of course, just buy 2017 and send me bree and a buy. The son said of Penny excellency, Nanano dance of Quado. This thing it is a 1% a crab be a catch with our museum 1% any beer for my. Some said they are extra strict to near food and the MESD I won't be. More that, you know, that's your sign. The son said to mine, you have to put an English 2 pound there, and woman's young and 2 pound. I don't know. On mine, the secret be a some said there. Your connect a crack at the share woman's year, a bit me a bois. Now, here to me access to, and to our social school. Now, and to our social school, I'm quiet as Cafu be ma Estefano. But now this is from Aye. A bro started to boss me, who they will need and who they will know. Don't want to and I drink. I can't say, I'm rainstorm and I can't give to me any air crana and your quality. And a woman's younger for me a day. Women since you want for him. A brand new song, 2017. I mean, a be final. I know this has to pay a good affirm. Now, I was before the year 2017. Teachers national. Now and graduate and what secondary school from enrollment, the average, was just about 880,000. And so free teachers they buy a jump for 1.2 million enrollment. You know, can say and graduate almost me and your free teachers home for 1.6 million students cumulatively. Now, the media and fan to one. May no subsidy a woman a single Sabreno. A pim so adi we gauges near person a beco into a social not waffle and not adding pa. Now, I will fully be. But the other now for to be. A briar pim so briar to me as same also as it is a coy brano. And Perme brain not school fees to crab it jump on that day. And you know, dining crown a bema crime walk on. Who drink on what I could be put away now, Matoyemu. That is Yandia. Textbooks to cry Benyano. When you be Chabaco, so not Chapai. Na extra classes in Sudi, if you can phone a man and move to Minisca, it's Yamatica for more extra teach. Any beef for money. Yes, how about it? Free as a just a buyer, a fees, and a quantity, Sicana, a quantity, at the Nipa, don't go now, more chat or chat for a way, Johnny BC, pa. Now they will not see possible fruit, not enough. No can say, I know they could hear at the park. At the end, we need one for a man. Now, so there's additional 400,000 and cry won't to me now, fine to us so cool and to us so cool. One more corner, no more tuition fee, no, I buy a fat. One more corner, not a textbooks, a year called textbooks, English, science, math, social studies, integrated science, you know. I buy for the first time, I buy Alpha Hoka and make sure I crab and four textbooks. And no, I'm pimpa, as I'm making sure, say, I crab beer, two piano, the elective textbooks, no, a book chapel, who call library, beer, co booster, beer, ubenya ye ho reference na eno wi ye no ye san so make sure say sabi a we day student prana ese unya aduane di 1 hot meal a day ntini abo break a what the slave or dining no senya fe na sabi a ba be wa no fita na we no drink kan be pass wa the rest of the lessons in the crown will be passed through and you know the nja will be actually ama obia tumi nya mato yemu etumi edisia de na eno atre no e de tena ho di hu se erumasia be page akọ n'anim na outcomes na akọ n'anim a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi ɛhwɛ sɛ titlo call teachers no call subject teachers no yɛbɛsan de extra support bi ama wɔn na yɛtumi ama wɔn extra training bi in their continuous professional development ɛno nti no in mathematics ɛne English no get the special training de ma wɔn ɛno akyi no in all core subjects no yɛsan ayɛ training for the group digital resources to pay all our senior secondary senior high school now and the teacher putting in any refresher training, you know. And once why the far effort teacher for the most of the student teacher ratio, no, and so they improve then the Akrabia at me teacher near between Abuano. Now the may kind the sources of free education. And certainly about support here can see a party my teacher for heads of school staff for and once from Kwan Mampani, His Excellency, another uncle Kufuad Nabedi say, I'll have the Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Kofa said me deep by almost me abua you see yes pick up or mine and Monsieur Quenny Moon so in your pepper at the boy, you know. As the boy, my basso pa. That was pussy a boga, me boy, my basso. Nothing in a moon. Now, yes, I'm to say, your interventions, money, the message of force, Sabrady and Pesset, a 4 months in the extra class. It's any deal 4 months. Only supporting money in equal hours of extra teaching. I don't know, this is an EBR. They just get the actual motivate you. I have run interventions money. Now, and someone crying. Now, Australian grants that, as you say, the fire. People teacher who me a call for a moi, yen ya Caribbean thing. Now, before I want to start the day's lesson, and I said, a Caribbean to me, extra learning, extra support, extra teaching. Now, answer why the view, you know, that's syllabus in every year, cover curriculum in every year, no, that's a revision period, no. Then sample enter one, quani as a fossil, in someone a exam. Empono, they who be the year free honor. Questions are what you have for the past 4 years of Corano. Young farmer now chief examiner's report. I know my feedback said Muslim snack what you and Muslim car a bar or wanted to move. Into the question we say bar. Say ni say any ashes will be yano. Not a one country nano. It is a boom crack temu and so the ma empono and yaka custodian boy. A crabia upon less than. Bear 70 cities to sign, bear 78 cities to sign, and the opponent they ball. A crabia who can prepare, no say. A car body home, the DDMU, the textbooks to move, the interventions money move, the PE case are Unyani free, the uniform, yeah, a buying a ball who cut at the say no and fear me and son. There now watching me and Sunday called Bosunia car, a revision, you know. They only just about 70 something a city. Edru ete Ghana City cry. This, you know, Manakwa control example. Now, forget about it. You make child 1 year and a class of free SHS. I'm a download Bemuntino. I told you 1 year and a class of free SHS. I'm only be 4 months and it was the 1 year. I won't bring it to me classes to say near the AD so and your access. I come from the PIM, I call Pristec, I call Wesley Girls. Brig Girls and Roses, Prempe, and Notre Dame, St. James, Tamasco near Adeno, Tamale secondary near Adenintino, I told you more. Results are a D can't buy it, a pool yeah wrong. Now, anything make an answer, not make sense to say. A brass research buy ya, a man, Roman, Pijako, Suntino, and my bino at the Cato Castle, who are dying who do infrastructure project at the clear. A year school BM or Ghana between the year 20 2017, at the time 2020, no, the total education infrastructure projects at the pre-tertiary level, I do free 2,007 of them. A dining hall, a classroom block, a big science labs, a teacher accommodation, the Acadia who do beer infrastructure, a bebwa, ama yetunia peja umesemi no. For now, my penny is excellency. Another down to Kufuado Safian. Not that thou bet 2 years no, yet, and who can total inherited project a bet 2 years, and so thing a total of 1,001. Finland came piano. First results by. First results echo by not just say a man and so I kabum wayek. Nigeria kahon, Sierra Leone kahon, Gambia kahon, Liberia kahon. Then young Kora, a Akufuado graduate, Akufuado free SHS, first batch for now, a foul in 2017, one every 2020, no, one asset record, a BT a BT Nigeria for Kora. Results number 2, Ghana. There is a Kora, the Dua won't a mind swinging in our Bomoa, a cosfete was in room to me, A1 in all 8 subjects, no, a move or Hamun to move 83%. Kwana free Ghana. And crew a mine in Siana Canon to co-chair the best 16.7% now a kayano. As a mati anim or mati or mine anim number for the very first time or no, who can't focus subject no a boom who say house rich. It's really Cadico University A1 to see the score now. Now in see that what the influence on to one. In see that now in all core subjects, you know, it makes me a mofrano over 50%. For the first time, the BC, Kufuado graduate, a result of the year 2020. I showed the sterling performance buyer. Now, acquire who I did some at the amount of mine. Now, not your head second. Acquire who are more mine. You know, the Becoswa at the star of my panel. I say, you must say, moon thing, yet me up with it. And so I've been with the politics. The Bill Crowd, with an outlier, with a 9-day wonder, where you near the between at Wasso, near the Impo Kaya, but must say, may say that politics are different. The Black Stars, Echo, Sia, USA, and I could see or maybe Krubi, Homo Bobo. Now, so we drink Nima, and Nidia Cassia, or my morning in Ano, ye come at the who see a young for who are no. I am fine your politics. No, yeah, that's it. The inquiry to me, control woman, or control and social for more passes. Ye politics are quantum chain. The infant Nidia Cassia, and ye who still say, you're more free, but Sabia, and you're winning an MPP for, and you're winning an NDC for. A big crown you on a political party, dear. A be our for crown, will be any party I'll join. Won't you Ghana for Mofra, one a or may that? And this what was the new star. Homa, ye who see, we should celebrate. Here for politics over the whistle, and I knew a fine eye, and I knew we now yet. Nothing in the year 2018, the year 2018 was the first batch of double track. Because I hear no. And I don't know if I will call SHS, from a dose of far. So far, no, in Minya, if I don't go anywhere more, one dose of thing, 20 batch. There were 427,000. It's been a year and 2 years later, crown. 1 year far more than crown. One entity and this is our record. If you have next year, the NAB, so a bit this is our record.
Okay, honorable.
The bra, make it this one very important.
Yeah.
And the bra. You can't see a double track. Mekai, Kamali Secondary School, Kamali SHS, Damascus, and now Omampeni, His Excellency, and Kufuado, a launch a double track and make a year announcement. And the amount for kind say, women's double track again at you, and then there's a quality Nikran about the perform. And coupon Chade, the results of the first batch of free SHS double track 2018 batch, and I bet to you now. For the first time, on order to talk and in 2020, there's a performance in 2020, the first batch of SHS, and the first batch of double track, there's an improvement to example as I have them, they are maintaining the selling performance. As I'm improvement to class, as I'm at that class. There's a Umesiana, Yashino, a Gina, a Koswashimukina, now Yakoyanim, now okay, for the first time in 7 years. Only the year 2020, only the year 2021, and yet to me, an average pass rate of A1 to 6 a year 60%. Now, what to 200 past 7 years? Robert Kaya, this year, English language, they inquire 64%, and it to me passing A1 to 6. The year 2015, only 45.2%, and it to me in A1 to me pass English. Over I see 2021 was the first batch of double tracking. 66.7%, and it to me pass integrated science. The year 2015, only 28.7%, and a pass integrated science. What the back 2021, the inquiry first batch of double track, 54.11%, and it to me pass mathematics. What the 2015 one, only 32.4%. And a passing mass.
This year, no person just say yes. I'm opinion Nanado address, and Kodana Yadia sing Rajo Mahama address me boy.
I am speaking records, no, I'm able and conclusion here. What we need to for 1 bedroom.
Okay.
Maybe records no start to 2B1, 2015. Those studies, equals so far. And no penny the only subject in core subject and crown a passing over 50%. Only 54.4%.
Okay.
Now, no crown, when granted to me 7.4%. Not integrated science, any mathematics, 32%. What that means is that less than 30% of enquiry expected that year, and a bit me a pass their co-invest. That is the application.
Okay.
Now, the to this year, this year, social studies, page cost 6.03%. And if you make SPN say, for 2 consistent years, PSHS results of buy, I jump walk on him. I know a thing to accept a PSHS are present too far of the buy and Dr. Baumia the buy. A Timu, a Gina, Abua, Emma, and Quabe Brina, at me and Yaquina for secondary school. Nanya non quampo, quality no, woman said a bit me a Timu Afano. And so, the Susan Sona dead. Quality no anyone echo na anything fine
honorable mpacho mami mbisa nsem ba kumienu e wa hanim say because when ya adade achechi mu akama na now can records one sem so ebi so a wo mani di education nsem pa e the records ni bi tudwa a ni omo kan say enye so mampanyi ba begina timpie so na pa so na obeka so okay enkoda no resource no ometwa pa nya no pe eni ade a e kire say bia PSHS no koyie na empo ya analysis ni na ohwe records na ode toto ho a more practices say ebi ankoda wo mu wi ansohwem eni ne ka ho na resource ikra ba ye ikra no over 2020 a 950% nipa akosoro by in fact from 384% to 950% over some of the leakages allegations of
50% of them data now more can one of those people no more can no data no more can no more just no what they no go to one run answer
chese one more chese ufa ensohwe a even 2020 bia one more with healthy ya 384 CCR no akwakodu nkodra 2021 resource buy ya with healthy resource 3667 it means akosro by 950% sa no mo pache niam bi sei no mbajo say yeah
o mine na yewo mo the bibi kwani mu na sedi mu a so you will always get people who want to criticize no matter what and you know and America say the black stars say NDC pencil and now MPP pencil that's what mo koche Brazil that's what mo show mo tunela you will still get people in Africa say oh I don't cry outside go back to the outside but could be penalty you will still get a minor.
But Bampacho, is it a fact and a fact?
No, a year one. Wumbenya bibi aka etia. Mamika vinchro. Nanse ya exams are womoye. And some more few muni adinano. me call Parliament the year 2017 January. The first statement I make of Parliament, it was on examination malpractice. From 2013, 2014, 15, 16. They were Kromoha. Do you know the examination malpractice also? But look at the results we got. Abysmal. And to know more beyond fact, you be confused. The be a control exam. That's a teacher need to control the and that's what could teach and now you were quiet fast with the up on the two.
No, but honorable Patrick, need DMO. One my records and records on Mudia Tujano. Yan Shannon has okay, idea I see me in the con because he said, I would check me, I would compare. Then almost some raise issues say, okay, well, 2020, we should be anchored. You saw more results, say, be more practices, or maybe and in your cacao 900 and plus, Nasi 300 and something 84 plus. Nasi Bia and Kobe 3,000 plus, almost 4,000. I don't know any idea who can it say you be no person.
No, I must tell you, sir. No, like I said it the other time. A bra, BC for HOA, Brekum Nkrum Krubi, Binukoya more practice. I see one call police station. I was very happy. What it means, Nissa, that your system a year robust. As will be. Wow, if I could take for the back of past year, next no near my time and no better record. So what that means is that your Mokra can I dispute it. But your Mokra can if it's anything to even go by Krana.
And but you now dispute you know because figures and say why can I do results in the two hole?
You have called me on your show. Allow me to explain.
And Pacho, honorable hold on, Pacho, honorable.
What you are saying is something to go by Krana. Results are one who hold on. It is not part of records. I mean, boss which we now 54%, 66%, 65% now. A year pass with a maybe boss watch on the crown. Of all the whatever we hold in our no air castle who would make crown and the young just telling performance. So I am speaking to the fact to say, Obiko exams, that's what more or practice. We have a system to detect and to disqualify such people and to prosecute such people and run a fun aquine. Then what kind was do when you in Akrabia at the perform one more practice, no be a commanding suspected to be a results. Then we have something to debate about. Okay. And, the lines of argument, and it's already confused.
Okay.
For more practice. And they actually panel and they are suspended. I would hold the results. And no one can't start performance here. And the record here, maybe.
Say no, Banner Sanso, I won't say a fee at the back and showing a quack okay in Kodano, so no more trono. Ebiana, a munda ho crojin, Ebia, Munia dear Cahu.
On my eye to me, because Abwaje. I am in no need nigh mine. So just it. On my beer. Well, even a mama at a jacket, Prana, one more examination a drum pepper. There are still reported cases of examination malpractices. But do we say, Ebia, America, and answer, Landia, and answer, a Bruchimemu examination records be by a woman to be detected, the year over year free Montino. Sabi, a good almost certificate in any Masiana. We should not let politics get into this. Normal practice and social be or mind be and then can answer the chance of it. Oka Bruce memoir. And they have strict systems.
But honorable, any dear,
who detected, not we are not a thing saying. And no crown lecture said 1 year a chart. Let me a clear one who song.
Honorable. So, okay, so why can I debate two job? And a man for and so a bisa. And yan say be a besom near Besoki. Well, Yadinia may be guacamu, ne bia, a fifu fry become near Tronsa Rena. Sanya may be say be a so betty, and me in few crash so betty. By no say be okay because will be your politics, because any politicians be not at this resource be to Joe. A why economy almost publicity, Sanya my winner.
The line of debate are American. If you are minded, go back to the past 7 years. What is a debate about? Why you report on examination malpractice? Go and put the data from the past 7 years. In fact, a PR the end of you'll be amazed. Revelations are a womb. You'll be amazed. Now the American say, yeah, as a buy no, yeah, near the NSA, and stay be a debate to a crime so the bear. malpractice ni bibi akra no ye be ka hye na edit tank for no and only ade ayeye and what a BC ni was one more a year teacherfo bi ese one more faculty crime bi so aboa wo nkofo nyina they were arrested and that was a strong signal that they were mra man
okay
regularity arrest you.
Mami bisa baku we nso amanfo nso bisa say yes yes omobo a teacher for abaso omobo nkoda na abaso omobo aban abaso say ofa na bia the overall national pass rate na ben 50% ni echi kra but ofa no oya analysis no based on man term say bia regional basis now akwese soro honum say no enti ube fa bia apa west honum say obohu nkoda no ebi kra schools ni bi score 0% say ofa school bia akwada bia ntwa kra bia wo pass ya obetimi akọ ye university ebi say wo averagely they scoring about 1% honso dian na obetimi aka fa ne dian bia ye
good me de so wadi atum say overall no performance no konanim the amount for be person Monday Ebeyen Kikawa they overshadow the sterling performance as a nation in the past 3 years. I have brought it is undisputed. The north-south divide in education quality a major problem. A major problem pa a down company another down Kufuado. Akuma so Dr. Yao said to Minister for Education. Ninsi say mu biano yes, breaking the north-south divide. A woman then interventions are how do picture and women see outcomes. The northern sector of the country is speaking to our commitment. Say, you better bridge this gap. This north-south gap, and a buy. It's been there for a very long time. Now, share in recent years, Grana, that no exclusive bank akra. You know, our aim is the rate at which I close to Sagab, a bit near and some at a faster rate. Near to me, anymore. And there are some very good quality schools up north. And over the weekend, many my boss, Dr. Alsedic, and Omampeni, His Excellency, another Danko Kufuado, and then a Vice President, Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, near Damascus, Tamale SHS, and celebrate 70th anniversary as one of the leading secondary schools in this country, and particularly the Star of the North. We have some sterling schools, Ghana school, they were not Nina and Kemfian, or cumulative Nikomua. Now the South, the schools in and not so many factors account for it. So many factors. Even starting from KG, they copy primary, they copy GHS. Quality now, oftentimes reflected in the your friends in the SHS outcome. There are many interventions they transform outcomes in schools, particularly the north. And then international schools do also the interventions to be so then be the free you see evaluate the F thing. Teacher for the other agencies interventions I mean okay the busua they transform outcome of the education outcomes the northern sector. And we have given ourselves in our education strategic plan what we have said by the year 2030 that north-south divide we must bridge it and no the busua but overall no they compare from 2020 and 2021 results, what the results in the crowd. What it we nothing set at the end now we have comparative analysis for the past 7 years. You see a remarkable improvement, a sharp improvement in our education outcome. Now, you're complacent. You will be a person room, you I hope and yes, think it is a better more yet media drew.
Honorable pay that's by video more. Honorable in Team Forjo, Deputy Education Minister, and pay NEET FM soon as you go. Now, commenting be about making can be a Mwenche Bia and Petro Bono, say Abafom Kakra, me who say And okay, I'm just seeing some of the figures. Any abono. I think this one. Check out this one. My dear boy, where is it? Is it total or not? Are you sure this not engine? This not engine. Okra. Puma. 6 Ghana cedis, 730 per sweat. 73 per sweat. Anna. Okay. Ofa Shella, 6 Ghana cedis, 75 per sweat. Ofa Engina, 6 Ghana cedis, 75 per sweat. Ofa Alida, 6 Ghana cedis, 70 per sweat. And 7 per sweat. Goyles, 6 Ghana cedis, 70 per sweat. 70 per sweat, sorry. And Ofa Star Oil. I understand says so far say woman the no from 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos from the pictures me who I will hand see and pay say yes amount for atete a bonus so if it is true what I'm seeing here that Star Oil is selling 6 Ghana cedis 50 pesos then I think say by far the no from Goyle yes 6 Ghana cedis 70 pesos Allied Oil so yes 6 Ghana cedis 70 pesos Engine 6 Ghana cedis 75 pesos. Shell 6 Ghana cedis 75 pesos. Puma 6 Ghana cedis 73 pesos. And I think this one must be. I don't believe the symbol looks like total. Let me just and that's about 6 Ghana 60 pesos. So far petrol bono above from kama above from kama. One more your bumpire still no a back form am I but that's how it stands as at now. Petrol bomb, Cobra.
And the overquestion meaning, woman, a 2 free one. And now, woman, at a tissue.
No matter tissue, I mean, a 2 crowd cano.
One woman say, and on a goo petrol, so a man of war costron.
Maintain so, me a 2 and a 2 BF you on him saying. And I'm sure say when him say yes.
Question to say a 2 no now. Omu enyim free wakurang ombe tumi atiswa aden omu etina wome ye deda ansana when omu reduce no but all the same omu ayade but tumi baby ka ho ankai
yeah so far near huni be Puma 6 Ghana cedis 73 pesos we Shell 6 Ghana cedis 75 pesos Engine 6 Ghana cedis 75 pesos Allied 6 Ghana cedis 70 pesos. Goyle 6 Ghana cedis 70 pesos. Star Oil Figano. Star Oil Figano me who yes 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos. And I'm sure say if MONTIE say bia oben Star Oil bia wato bia ebono senior man for can 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos. Just take a picture na for send here or a WhatsApp line no 0503721744 if you know and you can confirm for us a Star Oil. 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos. That will be by far the lowest. And Yananka Yenina Kebako to be honum saying. Yenina Shaseto or my so say about for so other ones no so na Omatiomo Ediano so figures no so far near Yansa Canon JB out to Petrona no baby obefa and pay Goya 6 Ghana cedis 70 pesos. Yenya sister Oil 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos. Allied 6 Ghana cedis 70 pesos. Engine 6 Ghana cedis 75 pesos. Shell 6 Ghana cedis 75 pesos. Puma 6 Ghana cedis 73 pesos. And I'm sure say this one is to tap. Me who symbol no 6 Ghana cedis 60 pesos. So if you can confirm any of this, you can just take a picture. Now I say anyway WhatsApp line no 0503721744. Need FM tune.
Ghana Montie. Na mansanya so adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Let me just read some of the comments now. Modi abani biwa hanum saying Nana Kriamo Boating wa Blakuma Central. See the results released by WAEC has confirmed the vision of President Nana Akufo-Addo's free SHS policy. The president remains focused in the quest to make Ghana better. That's Nana Kriamo Boating or Diano Baye. Fidel Watakra says may Allah grant Central Gonja Health Director Jana. In fact, road accident is taking more lives than COVID. I don't know what Jana means. If that's the name, Ana Bibi Namankan Yedi Amufancheme. And to this one that says, if fighting corruption is just about chasing your enemy, then anybody at all can fight corruption. No fraud bigger than Ijapa. No fraud bigger than PDS. I'm not surprised. Former President Mahama told President Kufuor that he sleeps on too much. That's one here from Ablade. Efie Kuma Zongo Takradi and Odifi and Wadi Eno Edibaye. No prophet, pastor, or apostle can choose president for the good people of Ghana, because we are going to elect our president by voting come 2024 and based on the good works of President Kufuor-led NPP government. Ghanaians shall surely break the 8 with NPP government. That's one here from Yao Sankiri or the Fitaifa and Odebai. According to the NPP government, the school pupils should not be fed from Monday 13th December 2021 to Friday 17th December 2021. I can't think for NPP government. Be very careful. DJ Black, aka Lomas Bob Jackson or Defino the buy. Amisco Spelele Wakaswa undoubtedly is crystal clear that the performances of free SHS graduate as put critics to shame. In fact, free SHS is a game changer and has come to stay. You see, please, it is about time our parliamentarians brought a policy that will let them negotiate on behalf of the nation on how investments on minerals should, such as gold, oil, and other commodities on percentage. Mr. Ted Gulf Estate, the rest of it, not too clear for me. Not too long ago, the president of South Africa came to visit Ghana, and we have been told he is COVID-19 positive currently. So I urge Nanado to immediately quarantine himself. Meshak Asante from Abusokai. Asemo.
Hey. Ghana Muntie, na mansanya so. Adawro Kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
Hey. My people. My people.
I South Africa president. Silent Ramaphosa. Wabaye no. I who want chief of staff. Who want chief of staff for Diasa. I want Saya. No one knows will be and say no smart.
Benji.
No one must see and quarantine.
What must say?
Oh, crazy.
What must say?
Oh, damn me cracking.
Ghana Muntie, na mansanya so. Adawro Kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
Yan koso kabran to aso anope yanji de bon krata no de na de wenim no.
Yo. Abusia for the bakrata ya friend say telegraphic na da manim yi. Na watasa MPP baye delegate conference was Santimantem Kropon Kumasi. Na 275 constituencies here. Ghana mantem nyina na ekwa akosia Kumasi na a party no ani suade hunu study wombesi apem de akomanim ensesafo fresh so mu ye study be ya party ni betumi agina ne naso nyina no enti memenda ebei TV stations yo radio stations yo ekwan ni nyina edi ade akwa Santimantem Kropon Kumasi na no ena owura ya aboabia Samoa why director of communications MPP Amanyoko adi abatu da wotre se efri ndedi kwo womu mpese baby ombeye program no anase kwan so obi ade billboard ebekwa akosi wo na sa billboard so no womu pe franke kurafo di bre no womu mpese wo mbehu so obi ada so anase signboard ne ade asomesi ato so anase banners ya ebetre se ye support us to mesi anase ye support wa benten no way aside that impo emu obi ansa so mesi anase wa benten t-shirt mfamba ho so wa se t-shirt ya ye betre tira na ntremanten anase Dr. Mohamed Bawumia anampo se wo support to Mbuadu anase boys for Nanabi for national chairman anase national organizer no way womu mpesa ade ni nyina bi wo ho womu mpeso obi abekura brochures a ya tretre so Dr. Mohammed Bahomia, Anasa Lantramante, Anasa Free Yakoto, and more Pian Fasa Adiani be Amaso. Souvenirs, Adia Bia, better Tresua, a Bema will be. I have to say, the year Peter will be. I want to make the national. No way. Woman pass Adia no.
So, young Kwamano, so, Nigeria for some back, no pay, naming honorable of say chairman Sabums, majority leader, Edin Komono. Me the question be by me say a poster, honorable Kujito Ablakwa, I on social media, Yehui, Facebook, na waka, BB about a year, sa 241,933 Ghana cedis. You see a allocation via Equama a e-transaction levy services no. Na mibusa no asem se moti moya de mae to de bia honorable nya bo trek akra. Niema no bi otia bam so opre no dodo onye nhwemu no anso ne de odi aba betu dwane ne kan but nyame ncha de ensa kan honorable Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa. Oye mra shebe jino jama Northon. Honorable era simu akwa baba Neat FM so.
Yo akwese medase. Also hoya.
Me hoya pa na so e.
Nyame adom. Me hoya pa.
Okay. So, Anope, post I'll make here, social media, just for a benefit of Métis for Abia woman. This is what you wrote. It says, according to Deep Throat and unimpeachable sources, the scandalous allocation of 241,000
million,
and 933,000 Ghana cedis under the dodgy title of e-transaction levy services in the 2022 budget has been tabled. But what has a heated discussion at cabinet meeting President Akufo-Addo chaired a couple of days ago. My usually impeccable sources within cabinet are that the offensive sweetheart deal is now off and that the sleazy allocation will no longer feature in the final Appropriation Act. Thanks to our expose and relentless united advocacy, we have saved Ghana a humongous 242 million Ghana cedis. This colossal amount should rather be used to engage thousands of young, unemployed graduates who are still languishing at home after many years. As we thank God for this collective victory on a Holy Sunday, let's pray for more grace and fortitude to eventually defeat the obnoxious and acutely regressive e-levy. People power shall triumph. Asasemi brofuya waken obi beka said na uni cabinet mu nti information we na wunya awen.
Yo, that's it. The kind aventure team for na aventure who na your colleagues or studio hall.
Joseph.
Okay. Jimana, on behalf of the people of Ghana, Juma, as I said, we year, as I said, we'll call all out, we'll make sure that we constitutional mandate a year oversight, holding the executive accountable, making sure that we'll be with Juma with all the due diligence that is required. That is the whole principle of checks and balances. Parliament, that is what it exists to, as it were, perform. It offers countervailing forces for a democracy to thrive, to be healthy. We have a formidable opposition, a dynamic opposition or more sources, opposition or more to me a in some to me a co as here to me a cost. That is the only way Uber to me a hold the executive accountable, particularly executive most of the time or more percent or more yet transparent, more percent or more yet very accountable. As I said, to me a call all out using very multi-dimensional mechanisms to unravel the facts on every matter.
Okay.
That is the strategy. I can
confirm to you, sir, Facebook post now, what kind of very, very authoritative, unimpeachable, and that sleazy, dodgy allocation of India over the last half a decade, on my way, push investment in the revenue assurance space. Ghana, over $1 billion cities. Let me list it a bit. Tell me GVG contract way. Your more revenue assurance. There or more track e-transactions are cost with the telcos, so that there will be no under declaration. Now, I buy to me Sika telcos no to be able to collect their communication services tax. OSHA GRA Sika recently GRA any group here from the McKinsey group and yes Sika or more boy GRA who share the terms of the contractor or more boy GRA to be more efficient with revenue collection and to meet their revenue targets. And Uko Bank of Ghana, so GIPS, who share investments recently, Omo launched mobile money interoperability, $4.5 million. Yes, Sika, the Ghanaian taxpayer, was called upon to dole out for all of these platforms. Into who were all these systems in place? Yama a big contract, tell me GVG, McKinsey Group, GRA4, and they are all carrying out revenue assurance, or more year tracking, or more year monitoring. Here, totally needless. Say, in the budget for 2022, you will put such a colossal amount, meaning, and yes, it's of 241,933,000 Ghana cedis. Sasikano. And so chain, the car, ministries, baby. Usher Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. On my budget, in Brusa 242 million cedis. Ministry of Information, Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Into Mia Madame Fupa, senior brother, Honorable H.A. Maisaboso. He must be concerned. The car money ministry, the airport this company in the name of e-transaction levy service, which are appendix B, page 242, the 2022 budget. Meaning, Honorable H.A. Maisaboso, the Ministry for Parliamentary Affairs. The car money just about 8 million Ghana cedis. Meaning, it's we multiply over 20 krana, 20 times krana. Endru Sikana Yedima this shadowy company almost say omokoye needless revenue assurance. And investigations are minia. Yedi telcos na kasa Chamber of Telecoms, various analysts and experts in the e-transaction space. Fintechs are yede omo akasa. Omunyana HSF. This allocation was totally needless. It's just a create, loot, and keep. I call it create, loot, and keep. Totally needless. The fact there, best practice internationally, even if you will go with the government argument, say, okay, let's create another layer. No, normally the percentage, about 0.5%, we share the OECD standard. Contracts in year review across the world. So to be generous, the average should be not more than 1%. The contract back in or Poland, when we reviewed some of these revenue assurance contracts, it was the Poland was the highest, 2.73%. Now, so we know Usher's allocation now it's about 4% of the 5.9 billion Ghana cedis are buying they expect to raise from the e-levy, the obnoxious and progressive e-levy. No? Whoever came up with that idea did not have Ghana at heart. It is our allocation, which we're hoping, say, we were very vigilant and were able to discover in the appendices, hidden in the appendices, the allocation. Since we raised the matter, our follower, analysts, experts, on this matter, Imani for Bryce Simmons, Kofi Bento, Franklin Kujo, Obia any year, Jane said, sa allocation, here, GRA for ever to me, monitor or more taxes, Gibbs, Kenny GVG, McKinsey, all these contracts in the system that are done can be utilized. We don't need another entity, another layer, this colossal sum of money, 242 million Ghana cedis. Should start the a bet to me, I bet to me, I solve a congestion, double track, I bet to me, I end the double track. A lot of the hospitals are to me and completely abandoned hospitals all over the country. Nipa no. That 242 million Ghana cedis, what the Ghana per year, can be used to save lives by completing those hospital projects, re-equipping our hospitals and all of that. And it was totally needless. I can confirm to you authoritatively, sir, the conscience of cabinet has been pricked. And Miami usually impeccable sources, very unimpeachable sources. Actually, sir, the instruction of President Alma and that allocation will have to be removed.
And also, no cry, unima bet me against what the integrity be behind the two job because I no pay majority die by a man. So send no see can all my examples be cross sa okotena radio so address afo asemi send now see can so unim nsusu unim say dey ni na keka ho ntina me busa sa
na anka as I say mo bisa honorable chairman sabon to say cabinet meeting okobiana mo bisa no
was you oni bisa no so ono so call a trip say Dubai ko say
because one I know for a fact that one committee maybe uncle check it he should go and run his check sana started this chartered aircraft almost Nimo president using Ghana's presidential jet and all of that. Where are we today? Abaya Kasa Ababe admitted that it is really the case. The president using chartered aircraft, £15,000 an hour, $14,000 an hour. Mr. T, now Ghana, where is his evidence? Now, here we are. Andra, people were sending me pictures, photos of the aircraft, LXDI or no. Ukokotoka here airport. President also on Tejai, chartered aircraft na $14,000. Since July, we're hijacking aircraft, we're monopolizing. When other people even go to the company, Global Jet Luxembourg, to charter that aircraft, almost say Ghana president, we're monopolizing aircraft. No, it's not available since July. And you can imagine, conservative estimates are over 15 million Ghana cedis just between May and November. Ghana Sika, yashi on this chartered aircraft. I have been vindicated. Ubekaya sana, Medeto just say other presidents using a presidential jet. Omutiko pai konya information no himfa and all of that. And also no foreign minister Ababe confirming that no say your presidential jet no the other African presidents. Enti me no answer na mekasano. I check my facts, I have my sources, and I can tell you for a fact that this matter has been discussed in cabinet last week Thursday. Honorable Chairman Sabon, so now only meeting one committee maybe. And he is not the right person. So Waba be do Ghana, Waba Uncle reading minutes, Uncle check it the records. And you see, and check by Friday, Minia, we will start working on the appropriation bill.
Okay.
And yes, started on the appropriation bill
oh,
now.
And this is the Madia to say motion, speaker, why rejecting Madia to move because more by appropriation there means it's a coin in me boy.
Debbie, young gentleman.
Oh, honorable.
Not accepted.
Debbie,
Anopa way to consider our next steps because we take the view, sir. Decision now the honorable Joe Osewusu are taking on the minority leaders motion is totally wrong.
But Anope, Pacho, sorry, Anope now majority leader can be said. Say Samitihoni ya take from French Mitihoni ya Sadia ya na moya we amutui MRM say speaker actually to be fee Dubai Kraba say adie we no umuntimi nya ho hwe nti bem say nia Joe say wusu ye no bem say ne kwan so ano minim say mete honum yie pa dia boa me minim dia na onim about say e speaker actually to be about anamo tu in Senate pa.
Honestly, Sir, making a very clear, sir. Letter na, honorable majority leader or campus
Okay.
In name says speaker actual letter be
okay.
Me were coins to make up parliament. You were meeting on upper way 9 o'clock.
Okay.
No crescent speaker actual letter be I'm sure that it will be brought to light at the meeting.
Okay.
Maybe a letter no is within the speakership and leadership of the house. So I'm not part of the leadership. And to be fair to the majority leader, no, mean to me in Kasa the all can know because the leadership and I'm here to hold about any communication from the speaker. And me sure say probably Kasa later after this meeting to me.
Okay. Okay.
I am more certain that is it the case that any letter has been written, and if a letter has been written now, what is the content? Is the content exactly what is being communicated? And I say ABR there is some add-on and some maybe good interpretation be a my letter no. And you could do meeting now. I'm sure matters will be clearer to us.
There are two issues. I think you have appropriately with me responded to. Bako is on education, medical crafty on a Bako. Two is on I'm sure foreign affairs committee. Bahamas the same team Madrin chair on unvaccinated arrivals at KIA to take COVID-19 jabs. Kotoka that's Ghana Airport Company. Any Ghana Health Service. Edin Shishe Biaba Bigo Akoemu. As you're approaching Christmas, and because of Omicron, say airliner, wouldn't now the unvaccinated passenger be about PO Kutokano, we to $3,500. And CCR, so no, Upeseo Bagana, dear, you have to be fully vaccinated. Utu Kwanso Sa, Sanshi at the same amount.
Then you know, new variant where a friend of Omicron variant, you know, scientists know, because I know she push the positivity rate now, very high. Push follow the international news wire, let me say. Every country is putting in place enhanced measures. The BICRA announced new lockdowns and all of that. Belgium, Australia, United Kingdom say, Prime Minister say, for fee and as much as possible, people should work from home. Obia announcing more measures to as it were contain this Omicron variant. The other matter, so as I said, condemn it very, very forcefully. Some of these Western nations are more using this Omicron variant as an excuse to ban
the travels,
to ban travels from Africa. Very, 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 very wrong, and it's totally condemnable. And I am on all fours with the president, the ECOWAS chairman, President Akufo-Addo, and the African Union leadership. Sorry, this very backward and retrogressive decision by the Western nations, and that is not the way to go.
Okay. All right. Honorable Kujito Ablako Ahumano article. Yensa kana betimi nine din komona ebia ya jika krefi no honum saying yensa ntimi ankana yedebesi wa hanum saying so or your ranking member or your foreign affairs committee then na ya jika krefi no honum saying unvaccinated arrivals at KIA ya chese CCR no say we will be ufi amanoni na oba Ghana na say wanwo vaccine bejo yemfa wo mani ne ka ho ni agika krefi honorable Kujito Ablako ranking member foreign affairs committee honorable fache bemsa wane tikoye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, now, talk about international ban travels here.
These international bans are very, very retrogressive, very discriminatory. As I said, you condemn it, and we must even begin to move beyond condemnation. Also, in international politics, no, you want to be a friend of reciprocity, the principle of reciprocity. And what the Yemen, that's me complaining, that's me advice, say, the way you know, and pet jai. That's a one jaya, a coin will horse, meso, met to me the ayo. And that's my difficulty with a lot of African leaders. One said, I miss the days of the Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Julius Nyerere, Mo, Namdi Azikiwe, Mo, those African freedom fighters of old. Omono, they did not only back, but they did some biting, kakra. It made the Western nations careful. We implemented some of these discriminatory positions to Krana. You think twice, because you know that the repercussions will be dire. But these days, no. What I see and it's African leaders about complaining, about criticizing. That's all. Then they leave it there. But you are not toothless. You also are a sovereign state, and in the Committee of Nations, no, yes, some countries may wield more influence and have more resources and consider themselves more powerful, but we are all equal in the Committee of Nations in terms of your sovereignty and respect and a dignity of nations. It must be defended, and we must stand very firmly to defend your dignity as Africans. And that has been my difficulty with a lot of African leaders, where people do these things, these Western nations treat us so unfairly, and they get away with it. They totally get away with it. I mean, you can also announce measures, and often we share even the traffic, we share the number of people who want to even travel out of there and come here. Because to be honest, no, if you do the analysis very well, South Africa ought to be commended. Scientists and discover a variant, and Sankrana WHO for confirm it, and then these other countries confirmed it. So South Africa should be commended, should be praised. Not they shouldn't be punished. And you see, this is a pandemic. What it means is a global disease affecting the only way forward a global solution. I mean, disease way in free Africa. I started from China and I call Europe, I call America, and Sana about Africa. And Usha, even the devastation are causing, the number of people affected, the number of people killed. I mean, Africa comes nowhere near the statistics in Europe and America. What is this business? Yankrana, now at the height of the disease was all over your place, your jurisdictions. We did not. There was solidarity. This is a time for global solidarity. young kase okay mona moya affected pa we will punish you for that. Debbie, this is a humanitarian crisis. It's here solidarity. Let's all come together and see how we can address. Sure, even this vaccine distribution also. Western nations must be embarrassed about what they have done. Holding akoso the vaccine apartheid akoso omo atumia order some of the Western nations 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. You know, they I mean, more than the size of their population. You know, a population of 10 million. Now you to me order sometimes 40 million, 50 million doses of these vaccines. Meanwhile, OSHA statistics now, Africa, we are still doing under 10%. And it is important, sir. African leaders should begin to bite kakra. Just the complaining, will not help. Sir, if those leaders see, because WHO are condemning their omo, and yet they are continuing with it and adding more African countries to their red list. We too, we have the right, the sovereign right, to begin to also create our red list and begin to, as it were, implement the principle of reciprocity. Say, we can also then take action. Next time, no, you are forced to even respect us, consult with our leaders, and see how we can come together, show solidarity, and address the concerns.
Okay.
Now back to the Ghana measures. No? These are the scientists taking these measures, and you cannot take their pedigree and their scientific know-how away from them. And say, I am willing to give them the benefit of the doubt because on mind be implemented what in their view, and based on their own unique context, and even though Omicron variant, almost say they have identified in Ghana at least about 41 the last time I checked. It doesn't mean that we should let our guards down. It's important that we will pay attention at the entry point. But my only concern is per se you call compulsory vaccination at the airport. What are the implications for Ghana who are ammonia vaccinated so far? Are we not going to, as it were, prioritize travelers or more to receive this vaccination whilst our people, because the last time I made checking statistics, we are not doing well at all. Only 2.7% of Ghanaians have been fully vaccinated as at the end of November. Only 2.7%. Or more taking one shot, it's about 8.7%.
And we hear some of the health authorities in complaining about in drone the CC vaccine be or had my kama, but a man from some back or no. Now say people are not going for the vaccinations. I'm sure you've heard some of them.
Yes, I've heard that vaccine hesitancy, but let's be careful about those claims. Vaccinated, because my check, I've been counting all the donations that Abba and pledges were Abba. If you put all of that together, it can only take care of 40% of the population. To achieve herd immunity, in here, the experts are saying, between 70 to 80% of your population should be vaccinated. 70 to 80%. All the vaccines are Abba, donor donations, and the pledges are Abba pledges in the queue, It can take care of just about 40% of the population, not even half of your population. In the budget, the 2022 budget, are buying Ankasa a budget 300 million Ghana cedis or more the cut-off vaccines. I'm only disappointed in the amount. 2021 budget or more budget 500 million Ghana cedis. This year, 2022 budget, the parliament, or more reduce it, or more slashing by 200 billion. And I thought if you would not even increase the allocation of last year, at least maintain it, at 500 million, by reducing it to 300 million. No? And it's all because of this myth. Say, oh, we have received enough. We have not received enough. Unless we no longer want to attain herd immunity. But yet, the herd immunity, as scientists can say, the more deadly the variant is, no, the more your people even should be vaccinated. And analysis we call me, I haven't factored in booster shots. So if you factor in booster shots now, the percentage even goes down to just about 30-25% in terms of the quantities that you want to say. And there is the need for us to have more allocation to purchase more, and let us not also begin to prioritize travelers against our primary duty of care should be for those who are here to keep them safe and to make sure that they are vaccinated. And I'm hoping, sir, the vaccination program, and yes, and there's a lot of this vaccine hesitancy, fake news, air costs, and all of that. And yes, there are legitimate questions. These vaccines were developed quite in a rush. Would they compare other vaccinations developed to take care of other disease threats? But this is an emergency, and the scientists are, as it were, perfecting the system as they move along.
Okay.
And yes, I know people are concerned. Even the South African president Cyril Ramaphosa, double vaccinated now, so he has tested positive, and is currently in isolation. Doctors are attending to him. But we should listen to the scientists carefully. Scientists and cars say, "We are vaccinated. Won't to me." And virus. They are saying, sir, with virus now, the effect will be minimal. It may not even lead to hospitalization, and particularly or more underlying condition and all of that. No, you are better protected. Yes, there have been some cases. People who were double vaccinated got the virus, got infected and died, but compare that statistics with or more, they were not vaccinated at all. No, they are dying faster. And the severity levels higher, or more. So yes, I also sometimes clearly I also have my doubts sometimes, but I want to err on the side of caution and on the side of the scientists. The majority who are saying that it is better to be vaccinated. In Ghana, your education levels are very low these days. These days, it's like we are no longer even seeing infomercials, education materials, ISD4, NCC4, in the communities actively educating the people. Because if you don't do that, you create a vacuum now. The fake news takes over, and the conspiracy theorists, take it over. And so far, it appears the conspiracy theories are winning the day. They are winning the debate. In China, many people don't want to go and get vaccinated. I mean, some people even claim that vaccination now, or your background now, want to me and wubium, bemaso, want to me coins, all kinds of theories. Meanwhile, we cannot tell Yakov vaccination, Yakov for double vaccination. All these things are not true, but it's out there, people believe it. And I would like to see some more serious. It looks like we seem to have let our guard down. We are handling this thing as business as usual, and but from all what we are picking up, particularly about this Omicron variant, they are very, very deadlier. I will commend the Ghana Health Service and the task force there. At least they are creating a Ghana case, how we will manage this, and our own unique arrangement. I think that it's better to be proactive than to be sorry.
Right.
It's in the right direction.
I see an opinion, I mean, shop, Papa, honorable.
But your answer, no, me 30 seconds. Because earlier on, Oka said the honorable said Chairman Sabonso or Saiti the Ajo Safu case. Samba Mekaya on that matter. Go back for the tape. I stated clearly, sir. Investigation. I did not, as it were, pass judgment. Mekase, Ushe photos now. There is concern, and Yaminkwa Ghana for.
But you're by just a minority, Anna.
Yes, make a minority.
Okay.
Yes, the NDC caucus, and so far investigations now, very interesting, outcomes. But at the right time, we will put out our findings. Until let it not be said that I spoke conclusively, and I said I was prejudicial. The maker is because as majority leader and Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, he must also be concerned about the image of Parliament. The image of Parliament.
But I'm sure,
particularly in reference to Article 105 of the Constitution, how the Constitution frowns on impersonating and coming to vote in Parliament when you are not, permitted to. You are not a member of Parliament, and the grave consequences under our Constitution. And this is about the image of our democracy. Omon Kasano must be interested and should get to the bottom of this matter.
You mean majority, Anna?
Exactly.
But
exactly.
But I don't know. So what? Meaning, so what? Majority chief we pass him. I can say, look, we are too busy to engage in such antics. Majority chief whip on a draft of impersonation or just say one more said you be papa be yo sadie we moon fan to baby we in your business baby DH training your car and I draft of one answer about be chim said no parliament or no about parliament so moon find this mobile moon fan to join here.
Don't worry, your findings no better, John. But there can be nothing in my mind more important than protecting the institution that we belong to.
Okay.
It's about protecting the institution, preserving the image of Parliament. And it is in Madam Fuonabo Ajasafo, my very good friend's own interest. He must also take interest in this way because Uko and Kai said this is the house of the people, we represent the people. A lot of our constituents or more petitions about even from civil society organizations say we must look into this matter as a for and all manner of groups.
Yeah.
And Uko social media, this matter has been in the trends for days. And I mean
but that's the more reason why some of them will find this needed to drive because
exactly. This is not a matter that you treat lightly. It's not a matter that you treat lightly.
But time I'm to drive.
Oh, this week, certainly this week.
Okay, all right.
This week. And
so by close of this week, by
close of this week,
okay. Honorable Nyami Shapa on the payment. Honorable Samuel Ukujetu a Black ranking member Foreign Affairs Committee and Mrashebe Jeni North Town and pay Neat FM Suno Ashogwe Yedin Kobo and just this morning na bomon kaye petrol buono abafom kama na me brobo sun kakran kra dia mam so far no ni ayenye ni bi this one which I'm not too sure about so I'll skip this one but Puma 6 Ghana cedi 73 pesos. Shell 6 Ghana cedi 75 pesos. Engine 6 Ghana cedi 75 pesos. Allied 6 Ghana cedi 70 pesos. Goyle 6 Ghana cedi 70 pesos. And the most shocking one so far Niaye Hunu, which now no pay native for Nameka say if any of you you have any evidence, ubeti me earlier saying 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos. That's from Star Oil. That's your mo 6 Ghana cedis 52 pesos. Unim any of the filling stations in Sunebia we send you see ton now. I'm sure you can just take a picture. Now maybe you just send it to us. We'll let it here for and so be who the sign it here. Petrol board and in your account. Come on. We the one cratano, if I'm an opinion paid for American. Yeah.
Abusa for the Bokata, your friend is said Daily Post, the Aban water, sir. Northern Regional Minister. And Waka say, Obibia obe complain is a Ghana yadeno. Then Nipakrono only according to near war. Not as a Nipakrono.
No, no, Cassan.
Northern Regional Minister. Sani Alasa.
But I'm for I don't. Ghana yadi. Obeja to morning to no nyasa. I told the beer, Mamma, yet. Ghana yadi.
Was it moon live according
to Muti said, a Yabek can say, Bia, Ghana yadi.
That one so I saw phone to Muanka.
This is why one person becano Korean Becca say, Ghana yadi. And Obeka be papa no dia chichi, maybe at Guntia no akabat. Becca say, Ghana yadi.
Of a question, I bet you say, say Christmas you want.
Saturday, mammy, I'm a koto tomatoes, so mammy or Timmy estate, you honum say. Auntie B. Maybe a banana cruelty. Or no, I turn tomatoes or turn tomatoes, see, mammy. Missing me, tomatoes, 5 Ghana cities. Or him and him. I say, oh, Mr. Wadji, 5 cities there. And so. Missing Quack, Jollof Kakra, or see 5 cities. And so. Auntie B on him, Simon Quanet, mean Quanamity. I see Mr. Wadji, 5 cities there, so I am so. Or my 10 cities, we or no Auntie B, no Shasha, no Casano, if you are 10 cities, Mr. Wadji, 10 Ghana cities, so my tuition. We no say, me qua, menam tea radio, so Minko can't. This is what the woman said. Auntie B by now otie me anope. Lakeside Estate Auntie B otie. Yes, nonsense. What do you mean? So say estate there. Mami no watina estate ni mo amembe kan yakan. Me say mami no watina estate mo ha no watina. Unim the number of years Auntie B watina estate mo. Auntie B not estate man say na me akwatina estate. What are you talking about? Fast and fast on him say. Fast and fast on. Unim the number. Mami ono no ton watina Auntie B watina yes watina fast. Ono watina estate ni mo no. Enti estate mo today. O man first fast I'm sure.
Over kwesi Saturday no. E to ba yire ba ko 10 cedi.
Fast and so. Mami no to ade no. Ono aka tem say me meka say Ghana e din. Ye mama yenka. What are you going to talk about?
Over kwesi we wuchi na nanka wa di ni tia reform. We dan na mu frisura no abeto fom ti.
Adena mo da mo pete beti say ko Ghana ye din. Enti Ghana ye din so ade me yanka say Ghana ye din. Sa won to oniama sa bre. Okaka obeka so de we NDC ni we NDC
for nkwan.
Who MP who are which MP ukoto Auntie B tomatoes na oka to the NDC ni there.
Over kwesi ayere papa ayere pa jamesi yanka no.
So
Penti ayanom.
So first part they say estate ni mu. The first part e to tomatoes na onim 5 Ghana cities onim baby na ejina.
Over kwesi wa wo bua susu akwa yeso. Ube nwanza o mic na yi atofo mo. Eni neti.
Obama me refi class empty radio so make come out and change say na me ne kasa we. Auntie B or estate no tomatoes into there. Estate mu tomatoes into na. Yo, the Mati.
Sisi akako 50 Ghana.
The Mati, yo yati. Yati why? Yati.
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo need 100.9 FM.
Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM.
The show wa eja oba ene nkonkron dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Lufat.
Injija wo malaria enka won to them. Lufat eye malaria drop e.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And aye Lufat e to malaria sententem.
FDA ahwehwesa edwade nkratoyi ajatum se eye. Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM.
It begins at home
And that is why so far, every single alleged act of corruption leveled against any of my appointees has been investigated by independent bodies such as STRAJ, the CID, and in some cases by Parliament itself. It is not my job to clear or convict any person accused of wrongdoing or of engaging in acts of corruption. That is the job of the courts. My job is to act on allegations of corruption by referring the issue or issues to the proper investigative agencies for the relevant inquiry and necessary action, including, if required, the suspension of the affected official pending the conclusion of investigation. There are some who refuse to accept my method of proceeding and have characterized me as a clearing agent. Because for them, the mere allegation without more is enough to merit condemnation of the public official, even though they did not apply this principle when they were in office. For my part, I will not set aside due process in the fight against corruption.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
All the sampa Kasia Kowaka Tamunsa Amaya Sa Kasia Waye Onye Yimu Nukratrodo Kamadime Kamadine Bo Nita Fe Mayentie Kasia Waje 100.9 Kwesi Monkwe
Minyonko Dr. Isaac Bracon University of Education, but Doc has sent a message back. Doc, now okay, there's some no nyaju. Doc said, "Because you cool down. Remember, you are not on entertainment review program." Doc, with all due respect, I mean. Ebi no ti say Solomon no nya de no mu chia ne say obeka say Ghana ye de sa minister ya say ma wa kan ya wa tin ha o ka say grega adenti na mu de abire bi atwa mu e say etimi ka say Ghana ye de basisi ya say Ghana ye de ma fon ka say why people like that and obi obeka say Ghana ye de in fact MPP for no ni o mu hia o mo NP ti say bia solo e bia radio so betra on ni solo de o kan no kranju no obetimi aspect bi obetimi aka yes solo de obeka. But I know some of the MPP people who can say Ghana yet man can say Ghana yet yes I said Nanado cry or master to obeka say Ghana yet but obeka chem maybe obeka say yes the president himself will not even say Ghana yet
tomato say ya chiro be abenya for Santana market we clear here interesting who himself odam ya say odwo the bottle
yes Wouldn't go for Shia.
Nano newsroom. Nano newsroom. MPP. Main person Mundi. No Jan newsroom or no oka.
Work in progress.
But you go Jan radio so I different thing. Me say.
So what I walk was on ye kase. Santana market. Offer until these are.
You see, that's a market and V and Tasum.
I can't Tasum. Now what yes?
First of all, Auntie B no to man. There's a person there and says Didi. Asam na bia wo se dan tie me say anti B mato tomatoes on in fie bebre ni first pa bia be 3 cedis tomatoes no menya ne bebre ena tisia me call me say medium nim say na me say me pe 5 cedis ena o say Mr. Aboagye 5 cedis enso tisia wo ton 10 cedis e ma me 10 cedis still akra na esua ena no a say sisi ade niam ma ade onti mu na muti radio so kwa no akwa akoka
planting for food and jobs for Ghana 2009 akwa akotra on the bad so the to na mu gwanto kwa no sesama mu and the hobo ma abobe into options and wo chama mu and wo body and also justify the entire wo turn am body
on tisa debi on tisa
say
say onu nim say planting for food wo Ghana na ntozo no kofa na wafa na abodi onu be ni ato na
anti adiza wo your brother say Santana market okwa bottom ma 10 cities anti bi di o se mi ensa
say na Greek minister kokan no and okaka say otobo de na wo say aman for year video na no butwa bono
wa Santana agugu bakeda body ko body a abrapa ukọ no mo e tutam different
enti ona ya ukudidwa
na bi o dia pese kan say
ona one oyere mu kodidwa
ona da bi nya hona didwa market egumu ahodo yaso kodwo edwa mienu ana ho papa wo mu enti ukwa tire ma ne tibi kwa no ma uzo ba bu on mo a oteka so le bi okọ okashi inside pa obi ho otora de o ye ne mema eni abotre ye fa ho anti bi no age no de ne sanam ye ho ana na odna no fa ye ho ana Ghana ya de koka osanso se be ka kire o na onya kwa fa ene obekoro betum
na meze Carnation market haya Carnation market
na uko dum na be uko dum na be
ambi ko dum na be
say abrante we so beto ko dum Carnation market baba okranko wa abrante beto to ne ba bubulu so ohuna no ya Carnation market
da okay wa mama ka abachi dede na menene ni akwa bi ko di fufu na this le go on di fufu no hwa and I say, hey, Osu, go home, baby, I'm doing about baby. And more whom you so be back to you. We say, won't to assassin.
Who go did you, baby? Your mom, I'm going to be a bill and a bro, but I was a
MP4. Justification. What is the solution?
Okay, so studio one same penny form, Atlantic, Abraham Boafo, OT region. Communication Officer my NDC, Yasanitano, National Organizer my LPG. Solomon Owusu, a communication team member for the New Patriotic Party in Penfoy, and your name, Baby. Solo, Akaba.
Bedosu Kwasi.
Near Mamwe.
New Memoya Boko. Apart from Sena, Okoje to air cancer man of pay and I'm or no, I can't say no. And I go, I'm once a one found one. What's the chairman's and cabinet? So anti-assemblies. Na bezo busa ono so no cabinet obi ehun zam.
Oh say ono the sources.
Sources in free.
Unimpeachable. Deep throat.
Grum wesero. Ono ni hobby. Ono say ono the source ye kama. Ke said you an committee. Ono kwa de wa ban mu. Ono de ye nje papa. Oh wi ase baby e ko no. O ma ebre.
Yeah. We can not to say.
Nyame hira me ametem kwa mu de. Ana sa. Momo na FM ye MP a interview ni
Kuje to Ablakwa
da bi opani chum
in team Fojo. Oh okay. Deputy Minister for Education.
Many are would this software anko ye wadwen se enye ese omo enye anya kura na ye ba ye wura kuje to Ablakwa me say that abrante no ya em say e be too late time Ghana you say why Ghana be too late and it is time we do it because we share ncheche more the maye we share every chairman sabo so no so ncheche more the buy you say the clarity is there on the side of Okutu
is there
yeah be big beer or the baba too dry
say and wakasa more than 40 minutes but that be you say
scandal a whole world president
say
Akufo-Nana or the year
no scandal.
Okay, so maminchia Abraham na ya na mababe sha see you so Abraham
me ya
enioma mo e
Ghana force men chiro say kroma ye she si kana blocky babia locky Enfao.
O de betonyum.
So we can show say father am boy.
You a musician. No na be trans politician.
Oh. Me na ebe ade me
guy is a musician.
What DJ nyom.
Na say entertainment review mo fa no better.
Na we na master ta be boy you. Onua.
Our voice I de tonyum.
Dry bro nyana na asa ya sha ase. But kromu is emi nwanwa say traffic ni kromu. People are homes. Amavo ovie. Uni bidi. Traffic ni krom. Some bizai oda me bedu ada. Traffic ni krom. Amavo tivie. E come there amavo no enye bi na eti aka yi o.
Okay.
Enti aja oti de bedin chefre oti na aba. Na oti de cross in Accra. Oti e dry to say ayi. Amata ho na Akufo-Addo ba omi economy so ko en kwa the economic hamatan.
Mate.
Enti ayerohuma na e obato ben den.
Medasi. So saying na mo share nkomo na say no. I just want to give you opportunity now. I'm sure say nkomo ni bia ye di ya no pe mpenifo a me interview me ya. Me sha say feel so. Na menje bia commentary kakra wo ho. Baby na onemi because me pese me twa mo na maka mo kase bom so ahye mu yemti. Minti o.
Kwasi. Efa kwe.
Ghana for Jews.
Ronya na nso. Ema ye ho.
In combat here.
Match ya. For mo na nsi. Baby a o man e. Kwasi. Ano pay me dware wie na me ho se wo ne asamete voice bi a wo ye obi nte. Na me nim ni pakro. So wo ne wie ya. Bo ne din. Ana efa the school for or passing from 2015 basis or share percentages number.
Deputy Minister for Education.
I tell you, the last time I met an interview between one and no. Anytime I would try say back question back to to give clarity to a beer who feels or can a tosnica can open one. Now, on person the more can cripple. So I was there. And I'm sure, say, a TF1 when it comes to interviewing you
team for you.
And so what ya, Sasuban won't jai. And now, Wakoya Sofo. Inti, say, one friend who ya. Sofu be and her bed to no was Bebwa Ghana Amamu Amanakos. Now, Manji and Dida. Tanka Sofo uko emrakebadwamwa acha se usuban asesa complete. That is how they mean. What is the correlation? As a difference announcement that say obiba passes school with A grades nkwa akotena fie wonya adwumanye. Eno de wonhwe ho nka wo. The obia pass ya chen aban bi emre so. And you are alluding that fact to the fact say that progressively free SHS na amanfo bi tawte yes wo de wo say there bi wo ba ba ne prekompe wo ba no want me anya wo de call progressively free no a mfie miensa ansa ne take etumi take stream no and now wo ka kire say eno na ema nkrofo pass sa forgetting completely say statistics wo bi sa no and say wo bi sa na say omo a ya cancel omo eza na say ya withhold no wo hwe statistics no. And also, you know, person indeed, he didn't even want to talk about it. He pushed it aside. You understand? Now, my dear, and can I me feel say all the so-called free SHS are bad. Free SHS no. Yana ye who ye no say free. Taxes are who we are so ye triano. Wo parent now with no. Now, bro, you fee say tax or taxes near the yes I do. Ye did this argument one. Until what you say. Time akwala no bekwa wo ho aha no na kese ye de na kontin e free enye free e wo taxes no e ya de o ma ye ntua taxes akoso ba bi akodu ndia na nke bi a ye beka sa ye ho aha ne ka akoso wo de ma mefa eno ntwene ho na e ya yoro ho se aban we ba wo se ma breso ye na ye medication be ye we aban we so ba ye na ya breso na ma we mo be pass ye ayoro ho. This is not the debate. The debate should be about say who about 5 years. It means the University of Ghana and all the universities in this country, no, or more churning out students or more first degree, be more or more masters. No number. Yen be so almost say new money or here or more years. It's not about passing with first grades or A grades. But see, you will could the trap brack. The all count Crawford or more fatter the title honorable. I feel say you will not be left out among the first two. In the sense, say, the obi antu ne ho ansi ho, am make sure say, abaya otiso ne ni ye, no ma wo ye, obetumi a monitor. No what can say, when Ghana for edi ni yi anase woni ni yi no, abranti we atu ne ho ansi ho, e disadwuma na adino, finchem incumbent, kram kasa kropo no, omoso ombeji atum say, ampa, wo ye adwuma so. Outside the premises of parliament, the brewers say, Master, I didn't know the other two Ghana there, Nicholas, I don't know. I pay your casa, won't you? Now, because I'm in face social media. And I'm a co who say, Nigerian embassy in France. May digress, but me sound by the same point. Nigerian embassy in France. Obi di juju akwesi omo pronano ama omo afre police for say omo mefa kwapia no aboa omo de broni de say adron to me nti afre omo so mefa
no but so omo ejuma no sa na tell not because we broni
na wo ye bibini
no they
oh kwesi wo wonim say
there be obi ade na si ho so I mean police now obviously
obi ade
yeah
wapoto yi wanum no
by police for now so because who nim obi property
for it me de menhwe ho akwasi the meme was akwanya no pass and metumi atabri juju akosi obi aboboa no ankana na do danko akufado ne puno no enya say gate na no de dampare nko from betchme but e puno na wo dan no demu no a wo be pia wo bie puno ehwo na ka metabri adi akosi
for what reason dey ntina be sir
enya say mebo ne dua say me kunu
na mse dey ntina be sir
ana say mebo ne dua say me sopa no
dey ntina be sir
ne mom anka sabe mponche ne nwan ya mekun ade agu saa ankura ne mu ayi moto ahorowo bese michin goro ni ayi pepre ahorowo koko hwa dia koso no kwasi na nka me dia kosi ho me bodo nka ye dua na papa kai serial callers ni serial testers omode wo ba abamu kai omare wade mu ni eni ayi the late Samuel Jamfimo ebro mo abra ansa na wode wo mo babam kai yewura ayi Dr. Antonio Koto osemo no mo ye finance spokesperson for your party when you were in opposition. Wo buy ye no one we omumu bia na omare wade sanka nya third vice kropa anka by now em say na brabo it is from. Na anka we say kai obi ti say aduma ko ba fi mo juma suo mo diaboa MPP na wo ba bam no family and friends. No we say kai say me accuse the previous administration regarding family and friends. One rekra only Joyce Bauer was the only family person na owo abem owo position mo kan guya so sa ena ye ba ye woni owo fa so kro no ma boga na man edi enya ebra ye bre na ma san so aboni dua kai ne se papa e wo kai ba bia woni amame esle wusu mo koye campaign amame no no abanche pesie mamu di ye ne kotom rebo mu no wo kai wo ba abem wo akọ ho bisa se mame ne na setrem ti sen na fensu ma se aboni dua ma na kai se promises ahuru de magana for se me ba ma be bɔ musika no ho ban na mo be ba me nkɔ bɔ bosia basa te sɛ de aban a ɔtiso a bɔ bosia 85 billion Ghana cedis a wan fa nya hwe na mo ma sa bɔ ne dua ma na kai sɛ ɔban no wa ba bɔ bosia 220 billion bia on fa nya hwe a ye betumi ade yansa asiso na ma sa ka ne sɛ ɔmampanyine ɛbɔ a wo hyɛ Ghana fo no nti anu no ne yana ɔmampanyine nkwamhye a obi hyɛ sɛ wo bedi aban so a ono want to mean Ghana mama yanti a yeto abama ye yaso de to abama no nti saa na obeye ya na me ka kosi say it is important say you kuja to abra ko be check papa yi obe check the government in power make sure say everything that they are doing that is not inuring to the benefit of the people of this country no remember out in the sense me party am don no me megina ho nkasa na makasa we mu de no dabi the party must build itself to become a third force. Okay. Betumi I endure to the people of this country. O betumi ato abama ye. Nti megina ha e kanfo aban ote abamu. We rekwa me so me papa wa aba. In the sense me can ma conclude say na do dan kwaku fuado. Na ban no oni ye ni yiye. Project asehye ne kankan no e do so me ye sure say ye baba ho. Afen so ye wuro kuja to abrakwa e mane hihim onkosu na de oye no onye na Ghana for so begina da bia.
Me da say so initial comment yes mami mau Ibrahim onsu brem na bia any commentary comment apeso ye teacher bia nkomo no bia di ye menyu adwenche kakra nsa na maba solo so intio
okay yo menua mami fa kwanya yeso na aja mechia atiefo
Joseph
na mema asantemati nkwan nse ndwa na ya kwase dae nti asanteman ra yera otumfo se tutu asanteman hima ne asanteman was nice say ndwa I mean African culture was displayed in Kumasi na fine na nka ya no mo MPP ala ne ba omi arare na nko mo de kwa say program na ma asanteman I think say going forward no political parties say also ye hunu a difference between traditional programs, political programs. The amani and mam ready nkaya. Na it says here man seminar political, especially MP before I knew say mode about riot ni gidigidi ni acid shegu amount for so amoya best in doing that no. the next time Asantema besa dia bebesa observe akwase da and say omode sa omo internal primaries ni presidential necessary presidential ambitions no ko ha manfo adwo. Menua nkomo ni bi de e na menua ta no aka no. The yakase one of the young politician Ghana Hanumwa, in fact, Omayi do na kumaso, fearlessly, or shares Ghana beko nimuno. Usha ukuja to a black boy de pa. The over doubt nipa na, share the presidents, waseti. Osi na naguvo de jari aeroplane mu, high aeroplane aboarding, draw. Abayin penifo amba bonte amekase ampa. Osi George we, labela president, ya di Ghana aeroplane amano. Or the Kwakoniaba. Okay, no, shall I Koboche, Minister for Foreign Affairs? Oh, confirm me, yes, it is true. So, sir, Okuja to a black waka seminar say, oh, by who say, Unjin Yokan India. I just say, you are not trying to be smart because M1 wasn't and say, you're wise. You're wise, one of the MPs I'm more so much respect and admiration for because of the campus and but M1 wasn't and say, you're wise. Me hunu ne ma yi so ono ablakwa ni cabinet meeting wusu ni cabinet meeting. Why do you think whatever your wife is saying no what the name ablakwa ka na enye no kre ye no afi mu no deputy minister for education Reverend Tim Fojo nkanya minipa se bikafra we politics say ye di wa be the minister there. We expect you to exhibit and display some level of truthfulness and honesty. I'm one was of late, what be the minister you call the iOS cry. My say analysis about school color my pass it. Analysis and people are just doing the analysis anyhow. My mention was English language. And Colombia A1 to 6 no. Ome 54.08%. Omo E8, E8 no 9.00%. Omo D7, omuye 11.38%. And omuya F9, omuye 13.99%. And I only Ghana Hanum percentage Ghana Hanum pass my kabet me avako school. I am from A1 to 6. Yeah, simple calculation. My add percentage of the number of Nkolo fairly that particular English language. The number of Nkolo fairly as English university be require English as a compulsory requirement no omo dem go school afiwe no na menhwa adenti 9.00%. Okay, yeah, simple calculation me I want to build a point.
And it's that figures we now define for no.
I break down figures of English percent why come on site.
Okay,
despite the fact say why a system some people temper with the system Omako changing results. I'll provide you them for why the official announcement by and no so what are the figures now?
And Pacho, me say be no more accurate say say figures be sister. A man for resources but
yes
say why so
I'll provide why announcement. Me mathematics when you mention so you have this me add the figures no me person atie for Montie Akufo-Addo and throw akwedi wo Tamasco no mu say the man is not serious.
Yeah, I am no.
And say he's saying that free SHS is a reason for people passing. Even so, and I'm we break the analysis now. I feel one and Kolana failing more. I feel one and Kolana failing more, the more of failure. And you know, so when you add from percentage of Nkolomanya E8, D7 and F9 no, about 34.37%. So you subtract it from the the Omomunya A1 to 6, which is 54.08%. Now she say Obenya, you end up getting 19.71%. And it tells you say 2021 Ghana and Kuala pass English language or medical school that just 19.71%. Yes, because Omomunya E8. D7, F9, you know they can't go to school. They didn't pass. So they at those three figures, no, not subtract from Omomunya A1 to 6. Then it tells you that the number of people that can go to school are just 19.71%. So out of 100%, now 17.71% 19.71% debate medical school. Then you call this a retrogressive move. It is rather unfortunate. Until you don't just look at the raw scores now, I can say, I feel it because A1 to 6 is 54.08%. It is progressive. No, that's no. You have to consider the failure from the past. Then the figure the figure that is the people the students that are going forward. Until Nana Akufo-Addo need the Deputy Minister for Education to give us a break. Why official announcement in America won't say no.
I've seen it.
You have seen it.
So
you have seen it.
Issued the announcement on December 11,
yes.
2021.
Yeah, the system have been tampered on.
11:21 a.m. One of the council's platforms.
Yes.
eresults.waecgh.org, used for checking of results, experienced a technical hitch on Friday, 10th December 2021, between 4:45 p.m. and 6 p.m. This resulted in subjects which originally had grade B3 with the interpretation good being changed to grade A1 with the interpretation good still showing, clearly indicating an error. The system has been shut down and the problem resolved. Members of the public are assured that our results database is secure and intact. The council sincerely apologizes to members of the public for the anxiety and inconvenience caused. Public Affairs Department. So, I say, yes, omunya technical hitch, but I'm saying, almost CSA, Anyama, your case is here.
So I'm vindicated with what I've alleged. And you know, election results, you may change school results, you may change what at all have you done wrong in this country? They say, this tells you, say, figure and Akufo-Addo Kwatina Tamasco Kai say it is the current figure. Yeah, these are error figures.
That's not.
What is it? The system has been tampered.
Yeah, but Mampenyi was talking about the figures now. Waec, the figures.
Abraham, Mampenyi rely on the error figures.
Abraham, that's not. But your Waec and cancer. My kind idea may TFT. That's not what. That's not what.
Why not make a child say?
There be yeah, my empha in seven saying the city empha me TF4. Why kadia ya kan Abraham ba unim say niam kan o man kase o man peni results
na me say nsem na wo mu say o man peni ko kai answer why for the announcement in buy. So it tells you say o man peni statement to include the error figures now why say the system challenge in the abano, and it tells you that the president has given people wrong information. Anana Emeka no enye no a. So Nana Akufo-Addo should go back again. Because here you Ghana has a Udiminya A1, they are kasi good. Because A1 excellent. Why for information our kind of why can end this office no more management more mana. Why for new. So you see, going forward, no, it shouldn't be like Nemino Tano Kaino. Any simbraso percentage because I think it was so very childish for the president no compare figures 2016 now percentage when I pass a match now 2020 it was very childish, it was very needless because no, it was not the best. I mean NIA the focus is that we'll build quality capacity of the future generation. And the being it NDC time, being MP time, that should be our focus.
It was very childish. I know you.
Oh, yes, I know you're childish. I'm not. The childish means that it's not. I don't mean the president is a child, but the act was childish. Then that will better now. Now because one, Damascus anniversary no celebrating and your political platform. For you to go and be comparing what NDC has done to what MPP has done. It is time my politicians, all of us, it's not, we don't politicize everything. What call ya oyo Mampenyi? Ya say kona speech of hope, speech of now what now compare the NDC time ma passing. Now it was needless for him to do that.
Okay.
And going forward, I was here to make sure that the focus should be building quality capacity of the future generation.
Okay.
So because free SHS is the reason for this, then I think he has deviated.
Right.
Free SHS been double track mbomuna amankwala passing. The number of nkwala omanyima ko tinafi as a result of this double track. The number of nkwala and omaja school na ko tinafi as a result of this double track. Me Okoti region and number of the youth there almost double track has discouraged them to even think of going to school. And I can tell authorities say Sankane President Mahama President of Ghana, run quality free senior high school. The numbers would have gone upper than this. But at the end of the day,
don't say now accuse your man penny so.
At the end of the day,
so accuse your man penny. I did accuse your man penny.
Me build the point. Me build the point.
But I will build the point. So we see be on man penny can compare childish.
And I'm older.
But also see say President Mahama and also former President Mahama and Kauno be and be announced. And
I make
so you also being childish.
I'm not being childish. Me childish. I'm in the radio so.
You are.
The Moscow school platform.
I am just measure you by your own.
And I'm putting it to you that I'm not childish.
You are being childish.
Don't do that. Sanga President Mahama or Mampenia. Run quality free senior high school. A double try free senior high school. A double try free senior high school. The figures would have been, better than now because even with the double track and Okrana and Kolano Ndautifie, a china divided attention. Nobody should have figure wanya. So are you missing it was a double track free senior high school. But obviously with focus and much attention to book by Nkolana side no. Single figure would have gone up than this. And in America no. And you know there's a difference between Abraham Boafo and President Akufo-Addo. Me president.
Okay.
Me a party communicator and me politics. On what Jinata Tamasco platform, he's a president of Ghana and he's supposed to live by that standard.
Mema Solomon Brim. Na me hwehwe me kra why for you on the 2J. I'm still looking for me press release. But Mema Solomon Brim also can be nan kam same the busa baby. But Solo Mami Tio.
Obusa na won to so no oba be propaganda. Kwasi the woman nyina say be chia Ghana for na the da me nwa kan ndo na yakwasi the last akwasi. Da kuma see efe. Na kente papa bi whether era alanchamanti se oturuko pie ase ma dwumadi no eye kama
ade ono pe ni obi okopie ase ade alanchamanti pe no kopie ase
kwasi awaje
mesi alanchamanti pe no kopie ase
se ye fan kan yasem na me kwa obi aboa di abe
na de mami mbusa asem
wo se yi
as moderator asem won kwanse me
moderator wo sane ofa no so abodi ohun se ko ye
there be me busa asem
wo se
ode kan ode alan pe na hu no ode kan asem
lobisa wo se oni masam ne pa wo se
ano kra wo me se inu ya se dey oya no so me be free oti region na wo bo anani age no president of so act childish no on the Boama South region of the man, no, are all pride in Jose before region. It where you know, yeah, man, I pay make us a yaone on your fair to them. Deputy Minister. See, and I know your interview. Yes, sure, say, wow, one intro. You are cast why this. Let's put it to me. ABCD, not Udin. Upon the status, ostety facts. Ye ba be mo ye ba be start free SHS na ndi pado do a wo secondary school set me enroll ye 800,000 ye fact church ase o si free SHS e ba ye ni pada na ye 800,000 e move anasa jump to 1.2 million so far nipa 1.6 you know and I enjoy free SHS ye fact. It is also a fact say and this year results no a better than what happened and this last time, that is 2016. A fact. It me would the entire obi say on Karokre wedding throw so fast no figures in the didn't throw and I say one more bekaye. Yow. Am I yourself here? The man compare who said you mimblemu because who did the other compare so by ye and as on ye. The basa no no jama nya ni NDC foi ya compare na ga won so akasa wo de oba eye 54.08 passing English enya A2 6 C6 no ya de ye ba ye de be ko 90% me wo say ya mo ko manim again edua ya ka bi bisa de free SHS no enya free sa ni nim taxes dodo a egu ye so ya ni ati krom ha na ye ko suku a ye ma ye ni ekosuku ye tua etua fees and so na taxes e da so gu so na saban bia ba na so de etua tax na me so one am ka so me ha na me so me ha aban se so me ha na me so ha e de mo am ka so me ha na me so ha fo mo motiko apan me ti ase enye yi again a groma very beautiful and okura wo me say free SHS abeboa emebunu dodo a people underestimate that program no na se o ma me wan ton to mother amfa nhwe wo a ana na obetena nkran na start di pizza na di fried rice a obeka so obi aho ato no asa wo ko be kura ase na wo ko bi kuro ambonya kuro from na ko hwe so obi na mfom or walk 14 kilometers and say we do school as I go to school fees you will not downplay that free SHS me ma asetra pa enye ma me say arefie so just oh ye bio o eulogize bi na okujeto a se waka okujeto yeti kromwa na me de se wo checkmate na no pay wa hye obo na watwi enko na wiye na adwasafo asem no na omode epuma se bi ayere aba mesrew Friday ya ye ni akirima because you obi a o ka asem na no aka no adwane ko o ya wa bekan ye tie no ko fa no wagen embassy asem ba say yakoto dan bi sika no adwane because once Ghana de bia nsem foforo bentino we ye kagu mframa mu ani adwane ye besere no adwasafo asem no he was emphatic te enya adwasafo ena won sa de no nsem ade bi bara no ehiro so ma anya categorical because ye hwehwem wo hwehwem akwahin obi a wasi be man sin shoma sa no ham wona wa betu wanum tuo se enya adwasafo wutu mbira no wa chiesi etika wo ka che se enya adwasafo no wa kire oba kro na no ho no ni din ni date of birth bi otia ekwakro otumi wura parliament a ye tworo ye din otumi ko sa adwasafo signature emeka se ya adwasafo ni ye ko yanim abetu futuro bu yani a na obeka ne se dia se no wanka hu kwasi ye mienso so sa nyoma se ye bio afi ye minim se minia ya wono na edi omare wade ne adumako ba fi mu nsem o ma ka jo se wo mo no amemwe ya bi nso wo mo so ho da wo de wo twa hu obi o so na mabonte no ba ka jo se bibia ngo ye ma
obi anka hwinkyere me ye hu de ye hu
e je from mare ma wade o be ka wo so wa okay
ono ho na o me collaborate
je to wo se bra o be ka o be to atum
ono ho na o
so me hala me so ma afo ye o me ha adwene abio binuanom afre abai akromfo binu ye mi hu ye kwasi obi akromfo a ye chiri tumu arabeboa as a responsible citizen won zo obi abokro no a o report no e ma the appropriate authorities binu be me report obi a no ba be ka ne tra na agu ngofo mfi ye de ko if you say any sa enyeyi o so man no e de perepere bibia ba e da no pa na ne vital azim kasa ubusa no questions bia na ototo fa enchenche so man penisi obey su due process after o say due process after man penisi na a prosecute that be ye just atama na what the office of John Mama no ye ka sansem we chiro ora vital azim ka say e ka kire ye nyia Ghana fo nyina say e due process no say follow e dey na asesa say say dey no be say politics full time ana so ye ni sa dia no hu say ye ni sa ne nyina e dey akoye nim ana no pe mo nsem mi so amoka fa afi wa ho amefa nka ho ya tete so no o se mo amo eye no abasobode e ba na mo de ama e ba ye na wo twetwe mu fa ya mo de gu aban so no kwasi de kakra ya tete so kakra ya na aban so mabona ba so se enya aban ya se ewia se dwama so prices ko for mo a ye de ye betena se ye de ye tirimu na ede na emom se kosoro a formula ne se ne tie no
na den abaye
ba na aba
abaye den yemfa abaye na tie so
oze
abaye na tie
fo no de pa se me video na me isumu
usu ha video
na abaye na eto so
yes because you say taxes enye I mean unchemu no ho no enchemu no clearly
da bi na abaye ekofo bi anya abaye
no so ya de subo ne bo abaye se abaye eto no bi ho no a uhwan fisua
very good
and me pese o chair me say wo de asida na de ma aban a what say what taxes in bi afi ho ana
kwasi se ekosoro
a deregulated market and a deregulated market na ma aba form
but
the taxes
no about home and for about me say asem
no but I'm saying but the taxes na yes aban fi o we afi ho
oni okojetu kasa na sem ba kwa na wo ka na no dem dabe say COVID a year budget ma o man no 300 million ya teso for 500 to 300 one more kroye nim say o man no hia tax e de di duma no mu asa ba be de o mu duabro ni asa be ka kire Ghana for say e to de enyi ntum Kwasi, I not told you that you my.
So only say a man from Swiss. I told you be a sem no ha. I can't say it. Me and your politics. I am saying, sir. I am saying, sir. Buaneti from Suntias. A man fusu no musu about Sabia, and I'm sure you heard this. I mean, driver unions and strike.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it was the taxes.
Because I agree with you.
Yes, but
you
know,
do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with me?
No, I don't have a problem. I am saying, sir, yes, sir. Send your work to be a propaganda. No, ban is now we propaganda. Credit now the ma buying what taxes in Swat.
Oh, that's what can you
can't say. I buy now. Shall go say. Mama me can say bang on Jerry.
In fact, going for now crampo be cancel.
Why company law that? Company I have floating, you listen of stock exchange. Our shareholders. A better I buy shares will be at 34%. And you command.
No. No, government is the majority shareholder.
That's 34%.
For Goy?
For Goy, 34%.
No.
It is not check.
It's not 34. I think it's about 70 something.
No, they can't say.
Oh, majority Aboagye can 34.
34%.
No.
It's rather the opposite.
Will they check it?
No.
Will they check it?
It's not that.
It's rather the opposite.
It's not that.
Government holds about 69%.
Oh, they will be cut 74 to that. Yeah, Mamma, come over to the Susie.
Bomb passes at the final 34.
Mamma, trust me.
I saw Lumba.
I figure, yeah,
oh, I find
out. I saw they find education. The American say shareholders will company more. You cannot say unilaterally abide. Granted, say about the largest, the largest majority share. Would you be for telephone cards and other shareholders? What are you going to tell them? What are you going to say? No, that maybe I forgive you. Don't worry. Some people can have I know. Don't worry. Let's go. No. Go there, go. Your pardon. Go there, go. There was nowhere a Bible to for telephone. I brought other shareholders. A car company, no market. Now, shareholders like I know. I first one, or dividends, and I over at their mom. Yenisa. And Untino, I had the interplay. Me, my concern this morning say, yeah, boy, and why yet to shredder. Oil marketing companies will be on just pump. Now, yeah, toy inside 6.52 and I said 6.7. Now, so truly. Now, and yes, sir. Talk out them, a Honda member concern. And yes, I know. And this 100 year, they are 6.7.
Okay. So this is a statement that came from.
Where how much do you know? Okay.
Krata if you go for home. So this is what they said on their shareholding. Okay, Krata, we issue no on the 8th of December.
8th of December. Last 3 days.
The group CEO no credit in common. I will check him. So if you read or say that's point 2. To the uninformed, AOMC, that's Association of Oil Marketing, should be reminded that Government of Ghana, SNIT and BOST have in total 78% shares.
Absolutely. Government of Ghana, SNIT and BOST. So when I told you the Government of Ghana, I was 34. Who break it down? SNIT will become one. No,
score. If you break it down.
No, if you break down, which capacity?
No. I check for T.
I know. I've just checked it.
Yeah, no, T. No, I check for T. If you put SNIT and BOST
together with Government of Ghana,
but because SNIT any BOST now a government institution.
They are separate. The true Government of Ghana, no, I government stand alone. I was 34%.
Of course, that's correct. In fact, government as a standalone at 34%. I think SNIT has 25%. And BOST has. Yeah.
So let me tell you why. You know why? So
this is misleading.
You know why? Because you could take a decision. SNIT does not say so belong to government. The vote is separate. If you offer BOST, SNIT, and an enterprise or something, data bank or so, Okay, come on, bomwa. No, because on better about your government. Government does not have a majority share.
This is a paper talk. It doesn't work that way.
Who told you? What about me?
Senate boss no kono.
But Senate
boss
you cannot predict for now.
Oh, but
the one who voted Senate no government appointee.
You cannot predict for now.
It's on paper.
I am paper, but I'm telling you in reality, no.
It's not like that.
Why not appointing Senate?
Why
not appointing boss?
I know the young to about the drink as a teacher. Why not appointed Chief Justice? By your own logic,
a simple question.
No,
why not appointing Senate?
Why not appointing boss?
Why not appointing a boss penny?
I buy.
So what are you talking about?
Appointed Chief Justice. It's about the national Biako quarter with him. I don't talk about the national Biako quarter.
What do you mean for judiciary?
No, it's the same principle.
The chief judge is an arm of government standing on its own as a government organ.
It's the same principle.
Chief judge is not a government organ.
No. Chief for chief. Man, too for chongwe chief.
Senate is not a government organ.
No, Abraham, my mom for you idea. A is not. It's a separate arm of government. More or less, in Kabaka said. Senate boss is under executive.
Yes.
Omonye under the judiciary.
The report to the president.
But men fan so only now yet. But you are doing.
Where is that? A simple question, sir. One they appointed Senate boss. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, and I'm supposed to be Busa. One they appointed Chief Justice. Also answer me.
Man penny.
Fantastic. The same principle. And I'm Busa say, and by extension, I bind the national Biako court to be mana.
That's not bad.
Because who catch up say because I buy appointed Senate boss, no. Say I be a take the decision be na Senate better am buy. And dangerous to the shareholders of Senate.
But so unim say, Penini appointed no. Is under the executive.
Yes.
So unim say.
Yes. Appointee of the government.
So I'm a
so executive no a separate arm of government from judiciary. Unim. It yes sir.
Me aware.
Wabiri wa wo fie na wo yo sua de na wo tu futu eno na emi ya no.
Solo.
Moving forward.
Does he report to the president? The chief doesn't report to the president. He doesn't report to the president. Senate boss doesn't report to the president. Okay, Solo misleading amount
because that be the money flow.
What you say? Enti the American say. Sadia na engofo kan. Na emfutu no mutu go ani say abai
also too futrogo nya ya sanita no kai no out of order
abai
onye host who too futrogo
abai ashe say go say one day one to so ntimi ma say na no pay yatete so e bon pa say ewiase fuel no crude no e be koso akofom because they Ghana go economy na hete no hete aman bebri aman bebri ya hwe ewiase bebri ko akodu no e kroma ya hye asese ababe gofo bi mantra obi sorry adopa we didi more okeke kroma ya hye no so ka bi bi enye ne sa obi ho ato no eso se kroma ya hye obi a situation is different ebi awo no edua emu a wonya di e no obi odidi bronya ba wo de udidi every day etimu nya mo separate circumstances that was the American no
me da see so messages let me see minya kakra na mema impinfo sambre mu biom because say messages ni bi nso temu anam sia and also so maybe I'll start from the top mum fan share me one more see on say mum fan share me one here says Okujeto Ablakwa is setting some precedents which will haunt him one day. Was he not the same person who told us he was going to expose finance minister on the current bond? What has happened to that expose? Nana Amponsa Bediakon and Odia no buy. Today, the critics of free education, the anti-free education campaigners, NDC, has been put to shame. Free education has been a blessing and a success upon all the strong opposition by the NDC opposing the implementation of the free education. That's one here from Abdul Rahman Bakon. I have to cut it short because it's very lengthy, very long. Alinco Oil is selling their fuel, petrol, at 6 Ghana City, 60%. That's Pakwesi Kumsin, Tema Centra. Well, so Alinco Oil. Yes, your motor on 6.
Problem is Alinco Oil, Biano Tema.
Oh,
another problem no. Why share total no? I'm not being throughout the country.
Into I'm not on for more.
I'm not say for. I'm for more na impact no. Now what go do Tamalia? How now go show for Alinco Oil? It will not be possible.
Well, at least people in and around Tema they will benefit.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is the total effect. Say total go on with a year. The total effect. But Alinco, that be radiance.
Okay.
Radiance between the North Canada. So they want to that man. over sorry no pana casa EQ because some few no
they
be are from.
Okay.
How many times we bet free no about radiance?
I know nya Well, so this one here from Chairman Opambo inside Chuman Ponyo say the 2021 WASI results has vindicated President Akufo-Addo as a visionary leader who holds the key to Ghana's development and transformation. Well, Africa KWASI constituency or see if the opposition party NDC claim the ruling party is incompetent, then it is obvious that the opposition party NDC is never an alternative. That's Africa or KWASI no Dubai. Clearly, the 2021 WASI results have rubbished the spurious statement people made that a free SHS and its gold and yellow track has destroyed our secondary education. Commendation must be given to the leaders who had the vision to open up access to every Ghanaian who qualifies for education to enjoy free senior education. That's a KWASI way not or Agna or Doping and or the by KWASI. Some MPs are selfish and greedy. They like committee sitting allowance than debating in Parliament. Uncle Ebu Tema, are you sure? You know what you're saying? Please remind Abraham that his sister, which is their last born, is enjoying free SHS. I thought he would have enrolled her into Ghana GIS. Mukala Jonas Adia from Kerry.
Now, no Mukala, no can progressive free in high school. Started time. Busy progressing. That you sister enjoy. Minister enjoy. No, and you tax. Me ma tax. What are you talking about? One more who criticize. Every sister enjoy free SHS. Ama who sister the near J. I'm even sure. Now free SHS cano. I chebi abusi ansi kana. Everybody do so no money. Come on, so no maybe. Now for progressive. What is progressive? Do you even know the plan of free SHS? And my sister enjoy free SHS. No better one rubbish. Free SHS. That's how we say. Amount for misleading. Amount for Ghana. NDC Nibia no oil against free SHS. Now, I introduce progressive. Free SHS Baba Ghana. NDC. You don't know how to run it because you didn't start it. You didn't know how to understand. Oh, my mother, I'm a veteran. Women are BC from Korea. Now, Mr. Why NDC Nibia against the free SHS? Now what you want? On Mungala Jonas, on Mungala, what we are exposed to. Why exposing you? Now you love these testers. You're bad for okay, very good. What test is what test is from? Was that test 2012 today? Now
by now, testers were a finish one. Yeah, mon friend or mon mabaso. Say not to be contribute to the debate. Say what to be exposed to the same.
I think I will not sit here and allow you people attacking my texters.
Can you not attacking him? Why should you attack him?
The fact that no, me Makwina mo attacking mon Makwina. No. Oh, Mpacho nyashi, Mpacho. Yeah, nyashi. I mean, except as some kind of no credit.
No, what yet? In which way? The response. The response to the man say, "Na me min tax.
Have insurance. Have insurance. No, e mo bi o dey have insurance.
But no, the ban no can no credit. Oh sister.
Oh, anya no credit. Anya no credit. And they say something say.
Mukala for the need so much.
You create a picture. Yeah, free the introduce progressive. And you know, they shouldn't create that much as a private NDC for we are against SHS.
When I introduce you, be apart from poverty.
No, I mean,
introduce you poverty.
Rollins introduced health insurance. No, now why?
Rollins introduced health insurance.
When you go and read your history,
more promising Ghana one-time premium.
Go and read your history.
You go to try NDC.
Rollins introducing Yakufo mutualizing and Atamusi nationwide. These are the records.
Young point.
Yeah, point is a point.
Remember. Kampesa mbotu for ni na mutie bibi kakra na mame mbotu for ni na yempon enti muntie otum for nsem ode tu dwa bra na mo ye ne commemorative gold coin nsem bi ode tu dwa
We have been brought up on the notion that democracy simply means the minority have their say, but the majority have their way. That may very well be true, but in the cold world of real politics, it cannot be without caveats. As national and international problems become more complex, nations are finding that the smart and prudent way is to seek convergence of different points of view. Thus, across many jurisdictions today, one word has come to symbolize the livelihood and the soul of democracy. It is called compromise. Whether you are navigating through the labyrinths of international diplomacy or confronting the intractable issues of domestic politics, from the United States to Germany, from Israel to Japan, through all the land proclaiming their faith in democracy, the name of the game is compromise. It makes sense. History and perhaps science too should tell us that when an irresistible force meets an immovable object, the inevitable outcome is chaos. When the art of governance becomes overly rigid and inflexible, it invites the search for an irresistible force and an unorthodox path to resistance. Or, if you like, when you tempt fate too often, you risk the danger of fate descending with unintended consequences. We have been fortunate in our political journey to have moved from a period when one political party dominated everything. Today, at least two main political parties have each had a period in government. If we are honest, we will agree there is no perfect government, and there will never be as long as different points of view prevail. And if we are honest, we will also agree that there are no people in the whole wide world who love paying taxes. And yet, there's no other way conceived by the human mind by which governments can raise the resources to provide for our needs other than by raising taxes. And I do not know of any form of taxes which is less painful than others. So alas, governments of all hues will raise such taxes as they find necessary to meet our needs. And alas, if we are good citizens, we have to pay our taxes. We elect people to represent us to make sure there's some equilibrium in what governments do. It is to our good that our representatives in Parliament subject the national budget to the most vigorous scrutiny and to call for changes. Governments must always also have the humility to acknowledge and embrace useful inputs from all sources. But our representatives need to also bear in mind that it is not their role to either determine policy for the executive or to frustrate them from performing their legitimate duties. The good thing is, in a democracy, is that people listen, observe and weigh what their leaders do over time, and pass their judgment at the appropriate time. So our parliamentary representatives can be assured that their contributions in the houses are not wasted. The people have noted them, and no doubt they will reflect on them when the time comes to determine the next phase in our governing process. That may be 2 years away, but that is what democracy demands. What is important now is for them to turn down the temperature and allow the process of governance to proceed so that the people retain their exclusive right to pass judgment on how they have been governed at the appropriate time.
I start my day with a glass of This Way tea. That's why I listen to Neat FM 100.9.
Okay, all right. So, tune for and I'll say what is answer me to Dre. Now, Tim says, Oma Obian and a dear, Timemifonia, Omo dear, Amano Fonsu, Enya, Omo dear, Gano Bibia, Enya, ne dear. Yow, Some of for taxes. Yes, onimo man bia tax tua. Ebi obeka se omudi omanije ho. Obi bia tax no etua no nya de amount for enije ho. But see a kai ne ehu nso se oman bia nso no ntimi nya mpunwuma bra eto tua eni honum sei. Enti see etimi gitum. Baby nso oka bibia about say yes, wo komra se bedwumadi a wo mudi. Some man for be to me tias, to say be opposition, minority, say I bind the budget, I ban almost see ye fifi mudo so more, a yo majuma no, I see it to me tias, but so almost kind we say, man said that because I say I bind budget taba, na ye do so muna, ye fifi near her say, and some no media same no, sanity, now quite say boapayo, say okay, medium between try I bind name, Sadia no so emwa. I bind soon came who said, look. A man for no, woman to aba and almost say do about betna. Inti, I saw Timmy way na dear no, Ibia we bia no, utie a man for no so. Now, woman kind who said, Nia omu ye biano, and fear me no, and shut down and what be as out. Ghana for a few many almost shemo. Omu tie, Nia mu ye biano, and fear me nuntem 2024 no dua, yani a bako to abano. Sabre no nkuntembuda ya bekire mu say mudwumedie na mudi ye ni soye ana ye ni anso ene nsem ahodo eto sen
so me da say wona wa kirekire mu ye ma ye ayente brofo papa no ye tumi ho ye otum asam no ne kan no ana waka akwasi menchia ewura honorable Daniel Nikwa over incoming national organ. We dey who so be incoming. Let me try. So lo Nigeria na we na ya we san. Ade mabo chem so. Asani. Mabo chem so. Organizer. Mabo chem so. Liberal Party of Ghana. Now what ba wo so be the incoming. Oh.
No so ye you.
Wala so no so.
Oh, na dey be so no yeah.
Yeah, but you man.
I say no express opinion. So it doesn't matter.
What do you want opinion?
Or express opinion.
Me no be just studio dey bia won ka. No na papa no oba nso obetumi asiesie party ni. Oba baba bibia na. Wo de momre nwie ni ye. Jo oba baba. Me say momre nwie for LPG for what? O say papa no titles ba we ja LPG o. E de bibia kokra.
Yeah, me too.
Last week me raise asemi o hawa mama me kan o raba na o say mama mo. Omo aye omo asede said yes omo ye pepepe. This kind of send their come abrante in the back. Name on a kind of registered weapon. A legitimate omo kana dia. So the be asem no yentrim nti na memba obi adi no.
Okay.
Kwasi Monday communications din papa because sincerely speaking no aya unya research bia obetumi e dey analyzing some eba be gudwa no pa na some eba betra. Nti wan hwe yi na wa analyze ade ni ya na wo betoto papa. But you see, the otumfo de abetu dwa no. Ya me see yenka no kure. Ne no kure no an waka no. But ono so kan sisu dua say minority bia asede say aban oti aban mo de bibi betu dwa say especially budget ana mo de timpo bi adwempo bi a ye de bebo man ho bra betu edwamu a. Ese say minority no ase dom ketewa no omo trust no omo so hwemu sa anye bia ade abetu dwai ebebua Ghana fo na enya ade ebekasa anye bia ade ebebua NPP ana se LPG no ese omo duaduamu se ade ebebua Ghana fo the majority group ade betu dwa regarding the budget ewura oforiata komipro kompapai ode betu yeso yi what we are seeking to say ni say enuoma bia mudi ahihye mu no emua Ghana fo amwa ye daachi of course obia ni ho atase to ya ne de aye ka kire ye ho se that 11 no emmabua Ghana for because retrogressive apart from that no so double taxation ebeko so in fact triple and quadruple taxations ebeko round in circles nti munyi enu frim omo go kan say omo nka boni o eka energy and also ake or whatever it is that they call it that deal no ayadia emwa Ghana enye se NPP ntini yekasa ena enye se NDC ntini yekasa emwa because of ABCD ewom emwa nti munyi film ena omusan ba se ajapa deal one of the most dubious ever concocted deliberately machinated to ensure say be benefiting a certain group of individuals and a certain family. He cases to mortgage our or collateralize our mineral resource for that quantum of years. No, M1 chilima. Namo sabi in fear hina na omu yefi. Na yare abuboye nyina ya ne na namu. That's the kind to means of woe. Nti wodi esa piasa sika nyina kogu ya kogu company wa mama kasa hwekura ka ho. Piasa sika nyina kogu company. Ana piani nyina kogu wabusuam. Ubewu agya ho akọ. Na edimpa eyeche ahonya. Ame nkruma ye gusu boni din ene. Uko Africa fana nyina almost every country met me about 37 countries and a statue ejina ho. Akwan ya de tutu ni din nyina ewo ho. Ehemfa na obekọ ewo Africa ha o man be na obekọ na obeka se ekwan we ya de to jebi da kwa ni din ato so. Efi se oyo man boy ni man obeboy ye. Se wodi aye bone. Na do da busu afọ da meka. Se wodi bone na se u free yasia udi asepepa ye bo udi na ye bo asopa
won say na o si kan asem na o kan nyaso a o de kan say no nesen
oh kwasi me major in history and linguistics inti minim Ghana history minim je bi dan kwa oyeye yi ye friend say your papa mu any ammunitions are of funding nyina ye de to against history. I don't know who am I telling you this.
Mom can answer. Mom can answer. Unye the host. Thank you for pretending to be the host.
Nti kwasi me kanona me catch say sabusua we e no ma betra Ghana kwanso. The omo ye no they want to ensure say their family will be rich forever. Na Ghana for ye aka no. I mean ohia endo clear. Nti it is the minorities' responsibility sir. Ombe the fata Ghana for. Eya him for a responsibility sir. Compromise is the key word, but you cannot compromise on an issue. That issue is inimical to the people in the country, and I said that's not inure to the benefit of the country as a whole. Yeah, taxes because mineral resources are on memoha. I didn't need to mean leverage on it to ensure see a better that or minor. Gold, diamond, lithium, oil, abe ni kube. Bring you better leverage on it to ensure say and taxes say Ghana for no you better so kra and so there be young hwehwe you see he planting for food and jobs or jobs and na ya this ya atu ya brabo so say one district one factory factory bia no about we buy we see from scratch to finish and ya man for factory say wo ho a obi a create exim bank and na wo di omoni mama kwaji loan and omodi show mo adwuma nti ya man nya wadwen say sani pana ope profit no obe bia adwuma no kase akoso samprofo begum no wode ne sika na twa omo ka no run at a loss no so we are saying say aban create your own jobs and absorb the people.
Okay, me that say Abraham Mintio between for you
nana for say to fine nana nyankoda na I need the endokre na no de ato no obi agine chefam de the mamfo anya omo amanyofo anya omo na I mean amanyofo both sides those in government no opposition obi anya ne chefa na yeso obi amfa nyi dwuma nua I mean no negotiable say obi antua tax ntua anya obi ade na woso wontimi yi omanbuo wontimi yi to taxes. You cannot run a government without taxes. Even Bible mukra to Bible mu. And it means that enya the money. But the question is say obi oje wuto no den no de to no ye. So obi je wuto no de hwe to mu. Obi je wuto no de dware ewie mu. Obi je wuto no de num whiskey akase. De bia na ye hunu videos obi odi anu mo de to no. No no or pa babrochimam no sa na say na all those things no obi otu aton no baye den obey discourage to pay ate say bi kafra wo yo obi adwuma enipa no mama wa adwuma ye na koye na misumi wu se o abrabo no uko wenim de bia na otua ka na wo de akotena ba na wo de awe a club wo de awe acquisition na wo de juweni enipa ma uzo na wo kra de wunye serious nti na adwuma no kwa meji ma adwuma free wo ho. That is the situation in Ghana for facing. You see, able to attack. Now the next month, and I go for the rent plane. Now I far that or even program and or benimba kwa brochia. ohia just about 3 people to go with him. Now ofa amount for be 50 nyina she plane ma no dey akotena abrochire. No omukoyi plane mo medidi. Omenu whiskeys akese e na plane no kra enye ordinary plane no. Ye Ghana dey ohobo say enu nya fenti na waja ato. Ah, the Minister for Defense make say ne nje on use Ghana aeroplane is adware nim. Ajanambia nim. Na omanpani papa bi adware, papa bi ada. Ope so timi nya restaurant ni onya nice sofa ni ayi wo plane obetina. How many hours na obetina Africa na akọ US ana akọ France akọ meeting dia. E wo so timi nya aeroplane na wine glass bibia nema bebre what decorate mu. Na last abaku yo dey call France na say kra there. Uko moving pick nya fesa. I mean, so say tuatu ma na odi we ya. One dey told you and by any day. Obi oton gosua. Omo nam street to ngosua traffic ase. Omo ko ji ngosua no ka, omo ko free ngosua no from omo to ngosua no. Na wa beto ngosua no wa send mobile money ama nipa no. Na se san nipa we wo so ono be send no mfa so kakra 5 mfa so ana 10 mfa so ono benya free credit ba kwa akọfa so no. Oba be send scanner aben wasa je no mfa so na fi no. Na the next moment no the or hu se aban sato na waje no wudi na miwie mu dware. Udi ye niema ense mfata nipa no otu ato na ebe ne de. Enye ne de. President Mahama watena mro wa aban mu taxes amanfo atu ato. President Mahama obesa be president amanfo besa atu ato. Nana Kufuor wa be president amanfo atu ato. Oye president amanfo be atu ato. But se utu ato no a e wo se utimi atu ato na hu no edit no ye. And then obi wo ti region. No be hu se president okodambai community day senior high school esi Abraham. Uko Nkwanta South community day senior high school siwo. Uko Kwame Krom community day senior high school siwo. Uko Miami Krom electricity for the first time my life that Kwame Krom was under Mahama. Uko all the villages around polyclinics and cheap compounds in our also. You know the value of the taxes you are paying. Now the go be ya and also to on one ebetua. We are telling government that we are not against taxes, but we are against irresponsible and exorbitant taxes. 11 in there, it is dead on arrival. Your wives can use all the authoritative, acting capacity or as a speaker of parliament to pass. But Bagbin Kraba, Alain he is in the country now. And all decisions that did not comply with law will be reversed. And we are telling government that go and find compared or Kwanfu Frost or the Pesca. 11 in the almost 3% of every transaction you do. Because you can't 3% the amount of open jiremu. Aban beji 1.75%, which is 2%. Telcos no beji 1% of it, which is 1%, so almost 3%. And this is Uber transfer free bank account. There are two mobile money. Uber to 3%. Who the two more money you understand? Me solo frame so ebi economy no more issue. Mami 500 million fan to fuel. Me say say 500 na solo nu. Me say to your own 3%. This is not how you run a country. If eslo who sini ba umi amoni o comments on opposition. Eslo who say amambo ye taxes ne
Abraham
busiambo. Ono nkan de baje chess boy bet mara na Ghana mboase Mahama. And there as Lowusun operates the Ministry of Communication and the ministry in partnership with finance on mobile e-levy. Information quite and say abandoned for private companies. No
sister friend Deborah.
And e-levy no. And no two for kind.
I'm so sister friend
Deborah. Na abamu poni fo enya nyansa bi se mo ji eto a mo ba eto no ye
okay me does it now sister friend Deborah
me say me ni idea of whatever the person
I'm saying you have a sister called Deborah.
I have a sister
called Deborah.
I don't have a sister called Deborah. But I have a sister.
What's sister friend say?
Who did that? Is it even necessary?
No, I'm just asking. Me na me bisa.
Who did that sister?
Yapon.
Who did that sister Deborah?
Solo kra ni hwika bi wo de pon.
Who did that sister Deborah? Solo
so ni hwika nti wo de.
Ya me yapa yewura lanche man.
Hey, what can I tell you?
It's true. Wait, more Kasa. David, yeah. What I say? No. Yeah. Oh, yeah, out of order. Yeah, you're out of order. Masulon Kasa. Yeah, Masulon Kasa. Yampon. Oh, yeah, man, yes, Masulon Kasa.
And Otum for Ekasa and as a futuna or their mag. Say he had 2 years. Anna Ghana no so you start here democracy Fourth Republic. They be a party back NDC and majority MPP and majority. The Echo 2020 na Ghana for some you almost more baba be your money. When you are young farmer on your money, you decided bed ya. You bet parliament to say pet. Now more from what general woman to mamma some person more Ghana say heaven. Uncle Bois, I mean CC Ghana. This is where we are. The best parliamentarians. In that two we are Jack Kenya ya memu oko parliament wa munya de ye na omano enkonenim. Yes, efe echi eni abofo no. Tira minim ba bia menua ya ode eke energy deal efriba. Ejapa efriba. Because anu me nyina minister eye free budget him. Eke de rekwa de no so amend a portion of it. I say man authority why ejapa there for informative purposes. Why ye free benchmark value ya kan ho asem the ababe gina nyina ye e-levy now the e-levy the tie ho no ehia Ghana fo nyina ne se to ne de kekere man eni tra ho minority leader was already na adwinum ke famra 1% ebinom sisi da bi even within the opposition ne kura no wo mu nim bebia almost stance eni Abraham no kan was already to the otiase so se ge tax na ko tiase se ge tax de bio na yense educate Ghana fo se na mampani ko dware wiem mampani ko dware wiem yes, sir. And I know when this for the Omuye. One more that 2 more that you so that in the unlikely event that 2074 Omoba Bemua, that child is so in no much at all. Maybe as at a gradient, you are PG for Abasan 2060. Now, Mono Ababe Tuaso. And he Otum for a tearful. Yenina Yenya Jumamum. Bien what for a tianide. Yeah, less than 2.3 million Ghanaians pay direct taxes. Yet me abema manako 6 million. Binyi ni se ka eto no ye de be yiri di paka kra bi kum. O ti ase ye ye ne sa na me de say ye nya national identification authority card bi a eba sisi a ye de chinkofo bebre a tax bracket ni. E be kakra no one show why di kura na wudumi nya electricity. E do so de be mi hu obi income status. Yet me apply the appropriate tax a year. Ye de ba be na me nua ka se 1D1F abai emfa ka NC factory bia yala maintenance o ye LPG ni MPP we believe in property owning democracy free market enterprise dia ka se Ghana for ne say ye be 1D1F ye ka se Ghana for nyina say Abraham o proposal bi o oti se oti hwa e bia no ba we ni betwa no factory ho Pabra na ye ni aban yenta wachi yema guarantees na kwakwaje besia e wo banka at a reduced interest rate ye wo hana mudi sika kwashe commander esense ngofo fan say e buy company ni ntino ya kwahwiri sika gu the companies dodo na ya buy dia industries dodo a ya buy dia ego because yes ya ba adwa ye mfa so a enti se wo ba no wo husa nyomo o ya asaban no utumi nsanka se wo aban na aba be lead the industrial revolution na mo be empower ankrakra eno na yeru na nchema John Kojo Cheremanche Jack they call him edi enimu a me no ka say 110 factories running unambiguously na me no ka say ana mo pass here na di adwuma na ombe ye you see ye tumira na kiresie ye nim sankura yi na be free SHS mu abako university abewia be bebrenti na start 1D1 free na de be ye be no dodo no mu wie school nu a Omaba Benya Jumani be and almost the future is trade and industry.
Yes.
Oh, what you? What can you? You make a
FSC testers. And my and testing. I am my say beer. A young one.
Abraham no
Kyla Jonas.
Unim no.
What you want to hear?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bachelor. When you make this appeal for me.
Oh, yeah. Because I know he's making up. He's very legitimate.
Ghana Muntie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
So, Anope Abraham Boafo of Oti region, he speaks for the NDC in that region. Yasanitano is the national organizer, Ma LPG Amanyoko. Solomon Owusu belongs to the communication team of the New Patriotic Party. Time to go. I'm sure I can slip in just some few comments now. Yeah, sorry. So, Royal Gabi will say there can no longer be any controversy. There can be no longer be any controversy about the validity of the free SHS policy and its consequential measures. It's working. That's Royal Gabi Odifie Kuma and Odiba. Yeah. NPP always comparison. That's Abraham Odifidodua. In Shaba. Anelka Shaman constituency, or say President Nana Akufo-Addo is indeed a true and a visionary leader of our generation. And to one here that says, could you please find out if a student with D7 in integrated science can qualify for university education? Kofi Sami. Okay, well, I'll try and find out. Sorry. World market price is coming down, and it's also a factor. Frank Nero Abusukan. Well, I'm sure you're referring to the fuel prices that are coming down. Master Red Kaswa, Ghanaians are proud of having you as a president in this current state of the world. Nana Adedanko Akufo-Addo, Master Red Nodiano Edibaye. I felt so sad after listening to such profound voice of the NDC women organizer against the gender minister. This is a critical question to us all. Do we really need people like Hannah Bisu to lead us? Or say Kweku anyway for UK and or the buy. Well, time to go. I'm saying and media said I can say the mamu etie for more mutage media more messages by. We appreciate. Without you, as always, couldn't have been a success. And we're also grateful to Lufat Malaria Drag Lufat Malaria Drew. I'm also say and what and can anope. And here I said I can see ya de ma Lufat. Yeah, that Lufat as a papa Lufat in Honum Sia. Yanso Yeni Honum Sing anope. Lufat a song ya sing and OT. Jumedie enka sanso na meda maboafo mo time echi me de jumedie ya de bremo kwejo dami ado na major sajma me do mas papa me do mas sanso na fema bankro ni nana ya safo on social media. Yes, are so entertainment Ghana. Ola Michael Betsnemo up in Prem to Brett. KWASI ABOAGYE, aka King Solomon, that the damn pirate. Make